Alright, hello everyone. It is Sunday, August 2nd, and I'm here in Baltimore right now, waiting at the bus stop. The bus should be here in about 5 minutes, and I'm about to take the bus out to White Marsh, and then I'll have about a 15-minute walk to a big Royal Farms gas station, hopefully big at least. It seemed like a big place that would be good to catch rides from, at least based on my research, looking at the map and everything. So the hope is that I'm going to be able to get there and quickly get a ride up to Newark, Delaware. That's the goal for today. So let's go. Alright, we're on the bus now, and I think it's going to be about a 45-minute ride to White Marsh. So time to just chill out for a little bit, I guess. Man, there's so many tags in Baltimore. They're even tagging the bus. That's very bold of them. Alright, I just got off the bus, and now I just have to walk in this direction, right along this road, for about a mile until I get to the Royal Farms. That is the plan. Alright, I'm here at the Royal Farms, and yep, it looks pretty big. It looks like there's lots of activity here, so, and trucks and everything too, so yeah, this looks like it will be the perfect spot. If I get kicked out of here, there's another Royal Farms on Route 40 that I can go to that's like maybe another mile or two away, so it won't be the end of the world, but hopefully I won't get kicked out. That would be a little bullshit. I'll be respectful. First things first though, I gotta use the bathroom and figure out my strategy and start talking to people. Well, I already kind of know my strategy. I'm trying to get at least to, I'm just trying to get across the river at least. I was thinking of taking a ride to Maryland House in Aberdeen potentially, but I think it probably wouldn't be a good idea because I heard that place is pretty heavily patrolled by cops and shit, and if you get kicked out of there, you're stranded. Like, there's no walking away from there. You're just fucked. So I need to get across the river. I think I need to wait here until I get across a ride across the Susquehanna River. Then once I get across the river, I will be very close to Newark, and I can theoretically walk there. It would take a while. I'd probably want to get a few more rides, but I'm pretty close. All right, we have used the bathroom, so that crisis is averted. And now I am feeling ready to start working the pumps and talking to people and asking where they're going. I'm just gonna basically be like, hey, I'm trying to get across the Susquehanna River. You wouldn't happen to be going up I-95 or Route 40 towards Delaware by any chance, would you? And if so, I'll see if they have an extra seat. Wish me luck. Well, no luck yet, but I did have one kind of funny interaction where I asked the guy at the pump if he was heading towards Delaware. He's like, oh, Delaware, just drive that way. I was like, oh, I don't drive. That's why I'm asking if you're going that way. I'm trying to hitch a ride with someone else. He's like, oh, no, I'm not going that way. I was like, oh, well, thank you anyway. But this truck driver over here, he said he had no load, so he didn't know where he was going, which I guess I should have known that by looking at it. So he, didn't take me anywhere, but he gave me $10, so that was nice. It's always nice to get a little bit extra money when you're hitching, especially since I was kind of running low as it was. So, a little extra cash in my pocket for any expenses that might come up is always welcome. Also, one guy that was just like most people were polite so far, but one guy was just like, no. As soon as I started, I'm like, I'm trying to get across the Susquehanna River, and he's like, no, stop. He's just like, get out of here. I'm like, okay, thank you, have a nice day. Oh God, I just felt the first raindrop and then a few more. It is officially starting to sprinkle. So, that's fucking fun. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad. It begins. Alright, so the worker just came out and was like, yeah, you can't do that here. I'm like, what? She's like, oh, you can't ask people for stuff. I'm like, I'm not asking people for money, man. I'm just trying to get a ride to Delaware. Oh, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that. But, yeah, so they said I can't ask for rides here anymore. And I'm like, I'm just trying to avoid the rain, and the, it's kind of hard to get anywhere from here on foot, So I was, I tried to, I was like, I'm being, polite and everything. I told her my whole spiel. I was like, I'm just asking people, like, hey, I'm just trying to get across the Susquehanna River. We happen to be heading north on I-95 or I-40, or not I-40, Route 40 towards Delaware. And you know, if they say no, I'm just like, understood. That's, you know, no worries. Thank you. Have a nice day. And she's like, you know, seemed understanding personally, but at the same time, she's like, oh yeah, I get it, but customers have been complaining. I'm like, dude, really? Like, besides the one guy who was like, basically fuck off, everyone else has been like, you know, has acted normal. Like, why do they act all nice to your face and then go in and fucking complain about you? Like, it's so fucking ridiculous, man. Like, do they think that I'm gonna have an outburst and fucking start attacking them or something? What do they think is going to happen? Why do they feel the need to go into the store and complain about me when I'm just a fucking stranded hiker, you know, a stranded pedestrian trying to get a fucking ride? Like, why do people have to be assholes like that and try to ruin other people's lives when people are just trying to fucking live, man? It's like, it pisses me off so much. But anyway, I guess I got to be more careful. She was like, well, at least just don't go back and forth. We've been seeing you go back and forth. So I guess she's saying I can't walk to the pumps anymore and, you know, ask people directly for rides that way. I guess she was implying that if I just kind of sit here and wait for people to walk by as they walk, you know, after they walk out of the store, then hopefully, you know, as long as they don't get any more complaints, then I'll be fine. But yeah, I guess asking people at the pumps is a no-go, because a lot of them, it's hard to tell whether they went in the store or not already, or whether they're going to go in the store. And, you know, I guess I've been approaching some people too early before they go in the store, and then they go in the store and fucking complain about me like little bitches. So whatever. But at least that nice old man came by and just gave me $5. So I've made $15, you know, sitting out here so far. Again, like, you know, I'm not trying to make money here, and I hope that the Royal Farms employees don't hold that against me just because people are giving me money when I'm not asking for it. But damn, man, it's like, it's fucking annoying sometimes. But if I have to leave here, I will, and I'll just walk to the next Royal Farms half an hour away. In fact, I was thinking of doing that anyway, because a lot of the traffic here seems to be local or southbound, I've noticed, based on what people are telling me. At least they could be lying. But, you know, given that that's the case, I might have a better chance going to the other Royal Farms further up the road, further northeast on I-40. And, yeah, again, just not looking forward to the walk. But yeah, I was gonna possibly go there anyway after this little burst of rain, because we're supposed to get a little burst of rain for maybe an hour. I mean, it's been raining on and off kind of, but lightly. But it looks like it's still, the forecast is saying it still might continue to do that sort of thing. So I'm trying to wait that out, and then, you know, around 4 or something, when it looks like it's clear for a few hours, then I'm gonna try to make the walk probably to the other Royal Farms and try there, because obviously at this one, they're no fun. They don't have a sense of humor or a sense of fucking humanity. Alright, well, by a strange turn of events, I have ended up back in Baltimore. So this truck driver that helped me out and gave me some money before, actually, yeah, he was sitting there for a while, I guess, like waiting for instructions on like where he had to go, and then he found out that he was going to, what is this, no loitering? What is this for then, if not loitering? I don't know, I'm just gonna sit in one of these chairs. Anyway, so he found out he was going back to Baltimore, and he's like, well, I'm going back to Baltimore, but I'll buy you a bus ticket to Newark, Delaware. He saw it was starting to rain and stuff. And not a moment too soon, really, because it started really pouring when we started driving back to Delaware. Oh man, you can see my bag is a little soaked just from being outside in the rain for a few minutes. But yeah, it started really pouring as we were driving back. And he dropped me off here at, I think this is the Baltimore Travel Plaza. And he said, he gave me like another $20, so he gave me $30 total. And he's like, this should be enough to take the Chinatown bus, which I think it is, because the Chinatown bus, or the BB bus, I think is like $30. But yeah, it doesn't come for like 2.5 hours. That's the thing. And there's actually an earlier bus and a cheaper bus that's a Flix bus, but it leaves from downtown Baltimore, and it's a little far from here. So I'm wondering if I should try to just take a bus. I think the move might be, he was suggesting, like, you know, if you have a couple hours to wait, you could try asking around here, because there's a truck stop right next to this too, where I could ask truckers if they're going north. But with the rain and everything, I don't know if I want to be asking around outside in the rain and stuff, especially when he already gave me $30 for a bus, and I think I can get a ticket for like 22 on Wander U if I take the Flix bus at like 4:30 or whatever. So if I can get over to the downtown Baltimore Flix bus station by 4:30, which is, you know, within a couple hours, I think I should be able to do that. Probably just one bus will get me there, and I could probably get a courtesy ride on that. Then I should be able to just, get a ticket for that, not even have to spend the full 30, and then I'll be in Newark, Delaware by like 5:30ish. So yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look into the bus schedules here and how long it would take me to get there and everything, and see if that's feasible. Okay, it turns out it is feasible, but I'm gonna be cutting it really closer than I thought. In fact, I won't even get there until like 4 o'clock probably. So I gotta head out like now if I want to try to get there in time. And if I miss it, then I'll be like doubly screwed, because then if I have to get all the way back here, well, I guess I could buy another later ticket, but it might be more expensive. Or if I had to get all the way back here, it would be more expensive and be even later than it would be if I had just waited until 5. So yeah, I think I'm gonna hurry up and get to it, because I mean, really, it's like I only have to wait an extra half an hour if I just, wait for the one here. But, that extra $8, that could, be useful for something else. And also, I don't know if I want to just sit around for 2 hours. I'd rather be, like, moving, taking buses and stuff. So I think I'm going to try to do that. Well, this fucking sucks. There's a bus stop I have to wait at. And there's no fucking bus shelter. So I have to sit here in the rain. My bag is going to be soaked by the time the bus gets here. It's here in like 10 minutes. This is ridiculous.
Package place.
Alright, I just got dropped off, and I have like a 40-minute wait for the next bus, and then it's gonna take me downtown to the bus station, the Flix bus station, is the bus that'll take me to Newark, Delaware. Yeah, so I just have to kill like 40 minutes here in the rain. At least there's scaffolding here, and at least this time, actually I'm not exactly sure where the bus stop is. There's a bus stop. The bus stop is around here somewhere though, and at least this time it seems that I don't have to stand in the rain the whole time just to catch a damn bus. So that is very, very helpful. This is like some kind of hospital, looks like, that I'm waiting outside right now for the second bus. There's all these no smoking signs. I'm wondering where the hell can I smoke? But I hope that over here is fine, as long as I'm like out here on the street. I'm hoping I can be under this awning still, because I'm trying to stay out of the rain, but I still want to smoke, so I just stepped off the thing, and hopefully that's enough for them. Oh, by the way, that truck driver who bought me the bus ticket and brought me back to Baltimore, even though he dropped me off in a kind of suboptimal position, and I had to wait in the rain for 10 minutes with a bus and shit, I still appreciate, him helping me out, buying me water. He gave me cigarettes, he gave me $30, like, he gave me a ride. That dude was a G. His name is John. Shout out to John for being cool. And he also actually gave me his number and was like, oh, call me later if you're still here and you need a ride back to the Royal Farms, I'll take you. I was like, all right, I don't think I want to go back to that fucking Royal Farms where they, people kept complaining about me apparently. But, thanks for the offer anyway, John. But yeah, I don't think I'll need to be taking him up on that anyway, since I should make it to this bus station in time, assuming this bus doesn't completely get delayed and then like get canceled, because then the next one doesn't come for like an hour. I think that would suck. But hopefully that shouldn't happen. When would that ever happen? It's not like that would be just my luck or anything, right? Okay, good. The bus was on time. I actually almost missed it because I was standing at the wrong spot, and I stepped up to get on the bus and it didn't stop, and I was like, what the heck? And then a guy was like, oh, the bus stop's over there across the street. So I had to like run down the street and beat the bus there to the bus stop. Otherwise I might have missed it and been screwed. So yeah, that dude came in clutch telling me that. But yeah, I should be at the bus station any minute now. Alright, here I am at the Greyhound station, and have about 20 minutes to spare before the bus boards, so got plenty of time to hang out, and I won't have to rush to find the place and everything, which I was worried about if the bus came late or whatever. So that's cool. Man, it's so funny to me that I'm still in fucking Baltimore at 4 p.m. when I was trying to be gone, in the morning. But hey, it's working out in the end. At least I'm getting to Newark by 6 p.m. So hey, I can't complain. And plus, I like Baltimore anyway, and I was kind of disappointed that I having to leave so quickly, you know. I'm looking forward to coming back and being able to check it out some more. So, oh, look at that, I've seen that before. I actually remember coming to this Greyhound station during one of my trips down south. Just brought back memories for me, seeing, because I saw it out the window and shit on the bus. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back to Baltimore, so, and I like Baltimore, so I don't mind, you know, coming back and spending a little extra time here. Not sure exactly what that is. Horseshoe. Might be a casino or something. I think it actually might be, because there's a there's a road over there called Casino Way or something like that, so I assume it is a casino, especially as horseshoes are associated with luck and stuff, so it would stand to reason that a casino would be called the Horseshoe Casino. Waiting inside the Greyhound station now. I was talking to this dude outside named Will. He was pretty funny. He was, this one guy asked me to use my lighter, and this guy Will was like, oh, you can have one, and he's like, here, you can have this lighter. And the guy's like, oh, I don't need your lighter. He's like, no, I got plenty of them. I smoke crack. I'm just being honest about it. He was a funny dude, and we were talking about hustling in New York and stuff, because I told him that, you know, I'm from New York, and I mentioned that I make a lot of money in Times Square, and he's like, oh, you know, New York, that's one of the 3 cities that I haven't been able to make money. I don't know what it is, like too many city slickers up there. And I was like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of competition, I guess. Like, if you don't know, you know, how it works making money in the big city, then you're going to get edged out by all the people who are just that much more skilled at it. But, you know, I don't think it's that hard to learn. So, I mean, it didn't take me long to learn. I just started panhandling and started flying signs, and then, I mean, it went pretty well for me. If you just go to the popular areas, that's pretty much the strategy. Anyway, waiting for this bus now. It should be here in like 10 minutes or less, hopefully. Also, the waterproofing on this thing is seriously badass for a backpack that is not completely waterproof. It is only water resistant, because I checked the inside of the brain before and stuff, because it looked like pretty soaked after I was standing out there in that rain for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And but yeah, I checked the inside of the brain, and it doesn't seem like any water really got through. So this backpack is apparently really good at keeping moisture out, which is good, because that's exactly what I need, because sometimes you have to deal with moisture when you least expect it, as we saw today. Alright, I have arrived here at the Biden Welcome Center at the Delaware House Travel Plaza here, and I'm running low on funds, as I've been saying, but I might have to go in and grab a bite to eat, because they do have Burger King here. I could get like an Impossible Burger. It'll probably be overpriced, because it's a travel plaza and everything's overpriced at these fucking travel plazas, because they know it's the only thing you can eat for miles on your long road trip. But I'm kind of hungry, and I feel like I might need to get something to celebrate my arrival in the correct town, at least. Now, I do have one more roadblock, which is that I'm kind of like 5 or 6 miles away from, well, like 4 to 6 miles, depending on mode of transportation. Like about 4 probably, if it was like if we're talking like as the crow flies. But if I'm trying to get a ride, it's going to be like a 6-mile drive. So basically, I need to, and if I were to walk, it would probably be like a 4 to 5 mile walk. And that's not happening in this rain. That would be like an hour to 2 hours of walking in the rain. I'd be soaked. Because it's not really supposed to let up tonight, I don't think. It's not supposed to really let up until tomorrow. So my plan, after I get something to eat, hopefully, is going to be to basically ask around and see if I can find anyone with Delaware plates, and see if they're going basically downtown towards the University of Delaware, because it is only 5 or 6 miles away. You know, it's local. So even if someone's just going local, even if they're not going in that exact direction, I might be willing to offer them $5 of gas money or whatever to take me 6 miles, just so I don't end up getting stuck here in the rain longer than I have to. So we'll see. Hopefully, I mean, I'd like to conserve my money. It'd be nice if they do it for free, but if necessary, I will offer someone $5 of gas money. I won't do 10, that would be ridiculous, but I will do 5 to get the fuck out of here and get me downtown to the Trabant University Center. That's where I'm trying to go. So we'll see how it goes. No loitering, panhandling, or soliciting. Oh God, it begins. Hopefully it's not a sign of what's to come. Alright, I got some food, used the bathroom. I'm charging my phone here right now for a little bit. And I did some video editing for my Baltimore video. I edited that together, so now that's going to be ready to upload as soon as I can get some Wi-Fi connection, which there might be Wi-Fi here, but I don't really want to try to go through all that right now because I'm still trying to get to the campus, the University of Delaware campus, relatively soon. But yeah, I'm worried that it's going to be hard to find people to approach here in the parking lots and stuff because there's so many people here. It's a little overwhelming. You know, it's like I'm going to be looking specifically for the people with Delaware plates who are going local, who are not, you know, just getting out of their cars and going in to eat and being here for a little while. People who are preferably like either stopping real quick just to get gas, or people who are done eating here and done shopping here or whatever and heading back to their car. It's going to be a pretty narrow subset of people, of all these people that I'm going to be looking for. And the only real tip-off, the only real like certain flag that I'm going to be looking for will be the Delaware plates, basically. Because I definitely, you know, if it's not Delaware plates, then they're probably not going to be of any use to me. But yeah, it's not just Delaware plates that I need. So I don't know. I'm kind of tired. I mean, I'm literally tired because I didn't sleep really last night. But I'm also just kind of, my mental energy has been depleted asking around all day and stuff. You know, I don't mind asking people for rides and stuff. I think it's fun sometimes. But I don't know, I like standing there with my thumb out with a sign, seeing who comes to me more than I like approaching other people. But sometimes approaching other people is just the way that it has to be done if you're trying to, you know, get quick results, because it usually is faster. It just gets you, you know, kicked out of places faster too, unfortunately. Well, depending on the place, because some places will kick you out just for holding a freaking sign if you're on the property, but if you're off the property, you know, if you're on a public road, then that's, you know, there's nothing they can do, obviously. But anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of tired, and I don't want to talk to people too much right now, to be honest. I just want to go to sleep, but I need to talk to people and get over this last roadblock in order to get to sleep, in order to get to a place where I can sleep and even take my shoes off and shit. So let's hope I can do that before I get kicked out of here. Yep, still looks incredibly shitty out here. I don't even know where the fucking gas pumps are. I guess they're over there or something. I wonder if I'll be able to walk over there without getting wet, or if I'll have to, maybe I'll have to try a different, going through a different entrance or something. I'm not really sure, but I'll have to figure that out. Maybe there's gas pumps on both sides. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. Either way, I'm not sure if I'll be able to figure it out without walking in the rain, at least to investigate. So, that's fun. You know, as I'm looking at all these cars here, another challenge just occurred to me, which is that I am fucking blind. I need glasses, as I may have mentioned before. I used to have glasses, but I haven't had glasses in years, and I can't fucking see that well at a distance. So I can't even tell whether any of these cars have Delaware plates. I'm not going to be able to tell unless I get like right up to a car. So, you know, unless I'm trying to like just walk up to every car and inspect them closely, I'm not really I'm not gonna be able to tell too easily, like at a glance or whatever, whether someone has Delaware plates. So that's kind of a little bit of a kink in the plan. But I don't know, I don't even on the wrong side, or fuck, I can't speak. Oh wow, I just heard a thunderclap. Nice, the thunderstorm starts. We were warned about that. But yeah, I don't even think I'm on the correct side for the gas pumps. I think this is just for buses and stuff. So I think the other side might be for buses too. So I think it's like one of these sides. I think maybe on that side there's gas pumps or something. So I'm gonna have to walk through here, I think. Yeah, because that's the food court to the right. So I think to the left is like the main and front entrance or whatever. And that's probably what I'm looking for in terms of where there might be gas pumps and stuff. If there even are gas pumps here. I just realized that I might be like assuming that there are gas pumps here, and then I might not have actually verified that, but I'm pretty sure there should be gas pumps at a big travel plaza like this. So let's see. I mean, if I have to spend the night here, you know, I don't know why I'm already thinking so pessimistically. It's still early, but if I had to spend the night here, as long as I don't get kicked out, at least it's not like Alright, sorry about that. I was like, why is that guy calling me over? I thought I was like, is this an angel sent from the heavens to come be like, hey, you need a ride? But no, he was just like a scammer of some sort trying to sell me fucking knockoff fucking AirPods or something. I don't know. He was like, oh, brother, I'm not from around here. You know, take this, do you want to buy these? I'm broke. I'm like, something like that. And I'm like, no, I'm broke too, man. He's like, oh, sorry. And he just drove off. I was like, okay. Well, guess that wasn't my ride, my chariot. But anyway, as I was saying, if I did have to spend the night here, this wouldn't be the worst place to spend the night. Because, you know, they do have outlets and bathrooms and they're open 24 hours and everything. And there's lots of people coming through constantly. But it also, you know, I definitely can't sleep here. And if I loiter for too long and act too suspicious or ask too many questions of people, then, you know, obviously, like I said, I might get kicked out, especially since they got those signs there and shit. So, I pretty much, once I start asking people for rides, I have to, like, be stealth. I have to be a ninja about it, and I have to get it done quickly, or else they're going to start catching on, and they're going to kick me out and make me walk 5 miles in the rain, which I guess I could use a contractor bag and my fucking rain suit. I have a rain suit that I haven't even broken out yet, because I haven't felt like it, but if I have to, I'll break it out today. But that would suck, man, having to walk 5 miles in the fucking rain. And I'm not feeling it. Alright, well, this is the front entrance I was looking for. And there's outdoor seating getting rained on. And there's, looks like one bench over there that's actually under this awning thing, so you don't get rained on. But I don't see any gas pumps. That's notably seems to be absent. Unless there's gas pumps all the way over there. I can't really tell if there are. That actually might be. No, wait, that might be just a bridge. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's... Oh, wait, I see a fucking sign over there, though. I see like a Sunoco sign or something. Huh, is that in this plaza? I'll have to check. Okay, that Sunoco is in the Travel Plaza. But in order to walk over there, I have to get through the fucking rain, which is pretty annoying. Man, I wish I had an umbrella. I might just have to run it, because I think I have to get under that awning over there at the gas pumps in order to start talking to people. I think that's my only option. And it's gonna suck, because if I'm wet, no one's gonna want me to get in their fucking car, but I guess I have to just try to fucking go for it as quickly as possible. I mean, everyone's gonna be a little wet getting into their car, I guess, so, you know, I won't be the odd one out in that regard. Alright, I migrated to this 7-Eleven all the way across the parking lot. It's right next to these Sunoco pumps, and I think this hopefully will be a place that it will be good to try to get a ride from. We'll see. Yeah, I've been asking around. No one says they're local yet, but I feel like I'm kind of cooked, because like it's like I have nowhere to stand except for under this, which I feel like I'm gonna get like people are gonna think I'm suspicious. I'm gonna get in trouble for standing under here very soon. There's nowhere like outside the store that has a real awning to stand under. And I'm just already all wet, and people are probably like, oh, I don't want this wet bum in my car. This kind of sucks, man. Yeah, I'm going up to all these cars individually, and I'm like checking their plates, and it's like Maryland plate after Maryland plate after Maryland plate. That guy's just like walking his dog out in the rain, not even giving a fuck. That's kind of interesting. But I wish I could be that carefree about the fucking rain, but unfortunately, the rain fucked all my shit up completely, so I can't really do that. Oh man. I don't know whether I should go back to the Travel Plaza part, like across the parking lot, get wet again, and get out of the 7-Eleven and the gas pumps area, because this is just sketchy as hell. And it's at least there's like an outdoor awning in the other area where I can maybe ask people out there, you know, without looking too sketchy. But I don't know, man, this sucks. I don't like this one bit. Dude, I was like, maybe that other side is the Maryland side, because all the plates are Maryland plates, but like, I came over here, and still don't see any Delaware plates. I see Florida, I see a couple Massachusetts, you know, New York, and fucking plates from all over, but no Delaware plates. We're in Delaware, and there's no fucking Delaware plates. What is going on here? Did I choose the wrong place to try to find local traffic? Because like usually, when I'm trying to find a place with long distance traffic, I'm just getting everyone saying, oh, I'm just local, I'm just going local, I'm just going local. And now, when I'm looking for actual local traffic, everyone is going the distance. Like, am I just the worst spot picker in history? Like, what the heck is going on here, man? Yeah, I've pretty much resigned myself to the fact that I'm probably gonna just be here all night at this point. I think there is actually like a secret tunnel that's usually used by employees and like delivery drivers and stuff, that I think I can actually use that tunnel to escape if I need to. If I can't get a ride, or if I just feel like, I don't want to be here anymore and I want to walk. So that's comforting, knowing that it's there. I haven't actually gone and looked for the tunnel yet, but I heard rumors of the tunnel being here. And I heard that the tunnel runs under the interstate, so I don't have to actually walk on the interstate. And in fact, I heard that if I get kicked out of here by cops, that is probably the route that they will make me take to leave. They'll probably, rain or shine, day or night, make me walk down that fucking service tunnel and, walk out into the rain or darkness or whatever, what have you, So, I don't think I'm going to be trying to purposely make that trek in the rain, but I think I'm going to try to be here all night unless I get a miraculous ride, and then if the if the rain clears up for a little bit tomorrow, then I might try to go and check out that secret tunnel and escape via the secret tunnel. So, we'll see what happens. I doubt anything too interesting will happen throughout the night, but I'm not gonna be able to sleep, so I might just end up having random thoughts and recording videos throughout the night of me rambling, as I usually do. Just so I have you guys to keep me company while I'm just fucking trying to kill time throughout the night until it stops raining, like around noon tomorrow. That's what the forecast says, at least. So, yep, we'll see. I'm honestly shocked that buses even let people off here, like Greyhound buses and Flix buses. I'm surprised they let people off at this place when you can literally just get stranded here as a pedestrian. Like, I'm pretty sure there's no legal way out. Like, even the service tunnel, I don't think I'm legally supposed to use the service tunnel. It's just a more low-key form of trespassing than, walking across the whole fucking interstate. And it's more feasible to get out that way. But I think I'm still technically not allowed to do it. But it's like, what do they expect you to do? And they also have a no soliciting sign. So you're not supposed to solicit rides. You're not supposed to walk out of here. And there's no local buses that come either. Like, what are you supposed to do if you're a pedestrian and you don't have money for like an Uber or something? I don't really understand. Just go to jail? Will the cops give you a nice ride? I heard that they'll make you walk out via the service entrance thing, but I'm not sure how true that is, because I know it's technically trespassing, but at the same time, I guess they'd rather you leave that way than the interstate. But maybe they'd give you a ride if they're feeling in a good mood. I'm not really sure. I don't want to find out. I don't want any encounters with cops when I just came into town, before I even get to the downtown and University of Delaware area, because if I'm trying to sleep in a parking garage or whatever later, I don't want the cops to already be on alert for me and be like, oh, we know you from the fucking service plaza. That would be or the travel plaza. That would be kind of cringe. But anyway, yeah, that's my little rant about how stupid it is that the bus actually drops people off here. I didn't even realize how much of an issue this would be when I was like, I was on my way here by the time I realized, oh, you can't just walk out of there. And I was like, okay, it'll be fine. It's a short ride, I was finding a short ride. And then I didn't realize how hard it would be to actually find that short ride, because nobody from fucking Delaware is here, apparently. Maybe nobody fucking lives in Delaware. Everyone just passes through it. But at any rate, yeah, rant over. It's just ridiculous. Man, I'm looking at the time, and I literally have to kill 14, 15 hours without even sleeping. What am I going to do, just read? I'm not going to be able to read. It's going to make me go to sleep if I try to read when I'm tired like this for 15 hours straight. I'm going to have to walk around and just move around and maybe eat stuff, maybe fucking buy little things of food to keep me awake. Sugar, eat sugar. Well, I have sugar in my bag. Sugary fucking Oreos and shit. I don't even know. Smoke cigarettes. I only have less than a pack left. It's getting dire out here, this situation. I'm freaking out. It's not that crazy of a situation, but it is just probably the worst situation I've been in a while. Perhaps since I started traveling. That night in Carytown was pretty sketch, but this is I I don't know, man. It's like, at least I could have found a spot to sleep in Carytown. Here, I literally cannot sleep. I can't walk away from the situation, technically, unless I, want to walk through the rain and trespass. It's just weird, man. I decided to come back inside the Travel Plaza for now because I wanted to charge my phone again, and it was getting a little cold out there. And yeah, I was just thinking that it's kind of funny. I was kind of expecting this part of the journey to be like Newark and everything to be where things get a little easier. Because I expect this to be like the most, I guess, relaxed part of the journey, because it's like the smallest city, the safest city that I'll be visiting during this little trip towards New York, I guess. And yeah, I was thinking like the rough parts will be like DC and Baltimore, because of the heavy cop presence, and Baltimore because it's like sketchy or whatever. But both those end up being really, really easy actually, because of me meeting people and going to the right places or whatever, I guess. I mean, well, Newark is proving to be my biggest challenge yet. So it just like goes to show, number one, that like life on the road is not always as you expect. The challenges that you expect to be really hard might not be as hard as you expect, and vice versa. The ones you expect to be easy might end up surprising you with how hard they actually are. But it also goes to show that the weather is really important and just will totally fuck your shit up. Like, you can be going to the nicest place in the world and be like, oh man, the culture here is gonna make it so easy to bum around, and the weather just fucks your shit, fam. So just keep that lesson in mind. I decided the rain let up a little bit for a little while. It's supposed to let up until sometime after 3. So I should have like 3 hours of clear time. I theoretically could try to walk away right now and take advantage of that. Or I could wait until, the afternoon tomorrow, like I said. And yeah, I'm not too keen on trying to do this at night, especially if it might start raining on me at night and shit. Like I said, I don't want to do this. Or I don't know if I said this before. I thought it, at least. I think I said it. That, if it's raining, that's one thing. If it's nighttime, that's another. But if it's raining in nighttime, that's like completely fucked. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like really tired, so I'm thinking of that. But I at least wanted to come back here and like just kind of investigate and see if I can find the tunnel that's supposedly here. That yeah, I mean, I see a fence back here for sure, but I don't know about a tunnel. Is this where the loading bays are and shit? Oh, huh. Well, there do seem to be loading bays and stuff. Is that the tunnel? That might actually be the tunnel right there. I'm not too sure. I heard there was going to be a chain link fence. I don't see a chain link fence. I see a big white fence. I'm just not even... I'm not going to go back there right now because I think, these truck drivers right here, if they see me like snooping around at night, and also there's someone back there, but if they see me snooping around at night, then they're probably going to call in or something and think that, think I'm up to no good, which I guess I kind of am, if no good includes, if trying to trespass in this tunnel counts as no good. But I mean, I'm just trying to get out of here, man. I'm just a fucking pedestrian. What do you want from me? What am I supposed to do? But is that it right there? That kind of looks like a tunnel. I don't know, it's hard to tell. I can't see over the fence, so I had to just hold the camera up and try to tell on camera what was going on. But I can't tell if there's actually like a tunnel here, if it's just a loading bay or something. There's a bus here right now. This bus is coming through here all times of day and night. Huh. Good. Yeah, I saw I don't know, I saw doors, but I think that was just a loading bay thing. I don't think that was a tunnel, so I don't know what the tunnel thing is all about. I might have to check again tomorrow in the daylight. It might be a different part of the parking lot, maybe behind that. Maybe I had to go even further behind that truck parking lot and stuff. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, I wanted to at least give a little look-see around back while I had the period of clear weather, and try to see if I could see that tunnel that I heard so much about, but I didn't. I don't think I ended up seeing it. So, but yeah, even if there was a tunnel back there, no shot that I'm getting to it right now, considering there's literally people actively hanging out back there right now, loading stuff in or whatever. I wonder if that's going to be a constant thing. I wonder if there really would be a window where I'd be able to get out. They've got to, the tunnel's got to be there somewhere, right? Because they've got to be able to get in and out without paying the toll, right? All the employees and stuff. That's just, logistically necessary, right? So, the question is, where is the tunnel? How do I find it? Hopefully, the daylight will shed some light on that situation. No pun intended, but literally and figuratively. Oh my god, man. These hours are just ticking by so slowly. If I look and sound exhausted right now, it's because I fucking am. It's not even 2 a.m. yet. And I'm just I wish I could get out of here, man. But there's no use trying to ask people for rides at night, because even though this place is active all night long, I feel like people are going to be too sketched at night. And I'm just, even in the day, it's going to be fucked. I'm going to have even less energy than I have now. This is getting ridiculous. I've been sitting and micro sleeping as I sit, but it doesn't really help much, obviously. It's also not going to help my perception in terms of people thinking that I'm trying to, cops possibly or workers thinking that I'm trying to squat here, So I'm just trying to walk around to keep myself up and shit, but I feel like shit right now, man. Can't wait to be able to sleep again someday. Someday I dream of sleep. Alright, it is almost 5 a.m. now. I've been just kind of sitting in that massage chair thing. Well, it's off, obviously. I've just been sitting there for a few hours, drifting in and out of sleep. I had my bag just sitting on my chair right there. I was a little paranoid just because, I had to keep waking up and looking behind my chair to make sure it was still there and shit. I didn't think anybody would be able to come and grab my shit behind my back without me noticing, but you never know when you're sleep deprived and shit. So I had to be careful about that. I came out here and someone just left this bag here. I have no clue what that's about. I've had a grinder on this fucking bench before too, a weed grinder. I was I guess I have a grinder now. And someone just left it here, and there was no one around to claim it. I assume this bag might belong to that guy over there who's on the phone or whatever, but I'm not too sure. But anyway, it should be getting light in a couple hours here, so then hopefully I'll be able to start trying to get rides again when it's actually light out. Well, if I can't find that dirt road thing, that is, or that tunnel or whatever the fuck, if the tunnel even exists, starting to doubt. But we'll see when it gets light out. We'll explore a little bit when it's light and it's not raining so much, at least. Alright, well, it's still not light yet, as you can see, but I decided to kind of just take a walk in this direction to the far southern end of the parking lot, just to see if we can find anything interesting here. I don't see any like special employee access tunnels or roads or anything like that, which is a little annoying. And I'm looking for spots where I might be able to like just quickly get across the interstate without drawing too much negative attention, because I need to get across this or around this or under this or something, one way or another. So I mean, like, this part doesn't look that bad to cross, especially at this hour of the night. There's not like a ton of traffic or anything, but I mean, you do have that barrier. You do have that barrier on the side of the highway on the other side there. And there's also like that wooded area, which makes things a little difficult too, because I don't know how thick that is. I don't know if there's, you know, water, or if there's you know, if there's like a steep downhill section over there or what. I don't really not really too sure. Let's see. Any unattended vehicle will be towed at only spent. Oh, okay. So I'm allowed here. You're allowed to be a pedestrian here, I guess. Even though it is a little awkward, because, like, what's a pedestrian doing here? Huh. Interesting. On the map, I think that this was, I think there was, like, a little dirt road here and stuff on the map. And this is, there was a lot of dirt here in general. I think a lot of this whole section was dirt, but maybe not anymore. Maybe they changed it. Maybe the satellite view was a little outdated. Although you can still see a divot here as if there was some kind of trail. But yeah, I mean, the problem with this, so especially at night with how dark it is, I can't see, like, from here how feasible it is to get through those woods. I can't see how thick those woods are. And yeah, I don't know about this one, man. I just don't know whether I should try to just fucking find a way across and just go, and hope that the cops don't see me, or someone doesn't see me or report me in time for me to get in trouble. Or I just, you know, wait around and ask for rides. I guess that's probably what I'll try to do first, and then if that doesn't work out and I'm bored, then I'll, you know, reassess in the daylight, and hopefully then I'll be able to find a way, because I just don't know. I'm trying to get over there. I'm trying to get over there in that direction. That's the direction I need to go, where the University of Delaware is. But yeah, I just don't know how to actually get to the surface roads, because the interstate is usually, you know, at a different grade and everything. So yeah, man, wish I could find that fucking tunnel shit that they were talking about. Man, there's like such an easy, it would be so easy to cross right here. I just don't know about those woods, so, and I'm so tempted, but I need to wait until morning. I need to wait until it's light and I can see better. So I guess I'll probably just head back there and wait there, even though I'm fucking tired of waiting there. It shouldn't be too long before it gets light now, thankfully. Now I'm back here again. It's almost 6 a.m. It's starting to get light, and yeah, I figured I'd come back here and hope that I can maybe find some Delaware plates, or even if I don't find Delaware plates, at least ask someone for a 10-minute ride for $5, you know. Hopefully someone will be willing to do that. I was looking on Google Maps and Street View, and it looks like if I were to need to cross the highway, it looks like I could do it by going over there, like going, you know, if I keep going this way basically, and I go on the grass at the other side of the parking lot there, and I keep walking along the grass there, well, I might start to get in trouble because then I might be considered walking along the interstate technically. I'm not sure if that would be considered walking along the interstate or walking along the on-ramp. But at any rate, then I have to cross the interstate and then I have to go to that hill over there basically. There might be a barrier in the middle. I don't know, I think the barrier is there, but not over there. I think it ends, yeah. So I'd have to, yeah, go over there and cross the road, and then I'd have to go up that hill right there and jump that little barrier to get to that upper road. And then at that point, I would be able to, you know, I'd be on the surface roads, basically, the local surface roads, and I'd be able to walk to where I'm going legally after I just crossed that one little stretch of highway. But I'm a little spooked about it, so I hope it doesn't come to that, kinda. But I'm just like, I'm getting eager to get out of here, so I'm getting to that point. I'm trying to scope that out from here and see if it's as clean as it looks, because it kind of looks like there's like, man, on the map it looks like it was just like a clean hill with no bushes or anything. From here it looks kind of like there might be bushes or something, but it's hard to tell because there's a bunch of shit in the way. Damn it. Yeah, I'm not so sure, man. It's really hard to tell from here. Then I'm gonna try to ask around here a little bit more until I get kicked out, I guess, or whatever. Because I don't, you know, I probably shouldn't just start walking right now. As tempted as I am to do it, I don't want to start getting rained on and stuff. It's probably just not worth it. So I should stay here and ask around a little bit more. And then if they're like, oh, you need to leave, then I'll be like, all right, fuck you, I'm walking across the interstate, I guess, because I guess I don't have any other choice. I did meet one fucking trucker dude that was like, he seemed like he wanted to take me, but he was like, oh man, I'm in a rush, I got this delivery, I'm late, you know. And I was like, I understand. He's like, yeah, I don't know this area well, I'm going this way, and he was going, you know, the other way compared to where I'm trying to go. So he said he couldn't really make the detour to take me across. So that was kind of unfortunate. He's staying on the interstate. There's one other guy that's just like, I walked up to him, and before I even said anything, he was just like, not interested. You know, you get used to that sort of shit. And then there was a guy that was like, I don't pick people up, bro. Which, you know, fair enough, I guess, but there's a first time for everything, right? Alright, so the day has been saved. I don't have to walk across the interstate or look for any secret tunnels that may or may not exist after all. Which, by the way, I talked to the janitor that worked here, and I was like, I was trying to do some, you know, some reconnaissance. I was like, how do you get here without paying tolls? He's like, oh, you don't have to pay a toll if you live nearby. You just have to pay a toll if you go past this certain point. If you live nearby, you just hop on the highway and you just come right over here. You don't need it. So that means that the whole hypothesis about the service road being necessary and everything, yeah, that was all bullshit. There probably is no service road. I was working on bad info. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why that was rumored to be a thing, but there's no tunnel here, I don't think. Not that I could find anyway. But yeah, no secret tunnels have to be found. I don't have to run across any highways because this guy Kyle came by. He tried to give me some ice and like a drink. And I was like, listen, man, I really appreciate it. He's like, you look, you're on a quest. And I was like, I am on a quest, actually. I'm trying to get to New York, but right now I'm trying to get to the University of Delaware campus. And, you know, I explained the whole situation to him. And he you know, I told him I don't need the ice and the drink and everything. I'm good on drinks and food. I really just need a ride, like off the highway. And he's like, he thought about me. He's like, man, my truck is so full and everything. You know, I was like, what about the bed of the truck? He's like, no, that'd be dangerous. So he thought about it for a minute, and he's like, can you put? He's like, you said you're low for an Uber. He asked what kind of card I had, and I said, you know, I have Cash App and everything. And but I just don't have enough money on my Cash App for an Uber. And I thought he was going to Cash App money, but he didn't have Cash App, so he was like, he had to take out money from ATM and see if, you know, he made me check first to see if I could load money onto my Cash App card, like paper money. And it turns out here at 7-Eleven, you actually can do that. So it's just like a $1 fee. So he gave me, basically he took out $40 from the ATM and gave me $4 cash, so I was able to load it onto my card which obviously 39 of it went onto the card because of the $1 fee, but that's fine because it's enough to cover the Uber, because the Uber is only gonna be like 20 bucks. So I'll even have some money left over, because he wanted to, I told him it would be 20 bucks. I told him 20 would cover it, but he insisted on giving me 40 because he was like, I don't want it to be, just in case the Uber is more or whatever, So he gave me some extra money, and so I just ordered the Uber, and it's I used the wait and save option, so it's gonna be like 20 to 30 minutes before it gets here probably, because I'm a cheapskate and I wanted to save a few bucks, like $4 or $5. I mean, that's significant. That could be like a whole meal. Maybe not Chipotle, maybe like a third of a meal at Chipotle, but anyway, the point is, there's an Uber that's gonna be on its way pretty soon, and I still count that as a hitchhike because, I talked to people and got someone to give me money to get me the Uber, basically. So, if I start with no money and I don't pay any money that, I don't spend any money on an Uber or a taxi or anything that wasn't, given to me expressly for that purpose, then it counts, I think. So anyway, soon I will be at the University of Delaware campus, and I don't know how the sleeping during the day situation is going to be, but I should be able to stay out of the rain over there at the very least, and walk around and explore it a little bit, even though it's kind of a shitty day. So hopefully things will get a lot more fun from here, because I am tired of being stuck at this fucking this travel plaza all night, where it's just like a pedestrian hell, what do you call it? I don't know, I'm looking for the word to describe it. It's like a trap, where you just get trapped in here. It's like the pedestrian shadow realm. You get trapped in here, never to return again. Anyway, let me stop rambling now. I'm so fucking tired. Alright, I just got dropped off by the Uber. We were talking in the car. He was, expressing interest in my my travels and stuff. I was just telling him about how I do my little backpacking thing with basically no money, and no money, no problem. Well, not no problems, but I was just talking about how it has unique challenges, but also lacks a lot of the challenges that I find less interesting that are associated with sort of like a normal life, like, for example, challenges of having to figure out how to pay rent. But anyway, so he was cool. He took my YouTube channel. He asked about it, and I gave him my name and had him look me up. So he said he was gonna subscribe and check out my videos and everything. So Rodwell, if you're watching this, shout out to you. Thanks for the ride, buddy. But so now here I am at the University of Delaware campus, I believe. I just stepped into a parking garage for a minute to get dry, and I saw some cardboard and an empty pack of Newports there, as if someone had already been sleeping there or something. So I wonder if there's an entrenched local homeless population around here. That would be kind of surprising, because it doesn't seem like the sort of place for that, or that you'd expect that sort of thing. But I mean, it is a college town, so I mean, usually if there are home bums in a college town, they're chill, because the home bums in college towns usually know what's up. Like, they're not there by accident. They're there because they know that, college towns are the place to be. There's even like these railroad tracks running right through the middle of town and everything. It's kind of cool. But anyway, so I think I'm going to the Trabant Student Center, which is like over here or something, I think. And I'm trying to... I heard that there was like, I don't know, recessed alcoves or something, like recessed entryways, something like that, where you can sit and get out of the rain and not be harassed about it. But I'm not too sure. I don't see anything super recessed yet. I mean, I see these, but like those are not recessed enough to really keep you out of the rain. I need like deep alcoves if I'm really kept out of the rain. I hope I'm allowed to go here. I don't want to be trespassing right off the bat here and pissing anyone off when I'm trying to be, the chill vagabond and everything. And I'm trying to be just, hey, I'm passing through town, not stepping on anyone's toes, especially around this campus area. This is going to be my my lifeline, my home base while I'm here. So I don't want like campus police to get pissed at me right off the bat. But I don't know how active campus police would be this time of year because, you know, it's August, so it's not like there's gonna be a whole lot of student activity here or anything. I mean, I imagine it's kind of cool. There's a little cemetery over here. I'm not sure if this is considered part of the campus. I guess this whole thing is like the campus, but I don't know how extensive it is. I don't know how far it goes or how many buildings it includes. I think, is this the parking garage over here? I think we're back at the parking garage. This is probably where I'm going to try to sleep at night, because I heard this was a decent spot for that. But I wonder what the security is like here. I mean, I don't think it's like manned or anything. Oh, and this just opened. That's cool. Let's see. Let's look upstairs. That was louder than I expected. I thought this was going to be taller. I was hoping it would be maybe 5 or 6 stories or something, but it looks like it's it might only be like 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it looks like it's only 3 stories, to be honest with you. Or I guess 4 if you count the top uncovered story. But this would be the floor that I would probably be trying to sleep on, because it's covered. It's the uppermost actually covered floor, and there's like nobody up here. There's nobody parked towards the upper floors usually when there's like nobody here. Let's go out here real quick on top of the parking garage. Let's see if we can get a nice view from up here or something. It is raining a little bit, so I will want to figure out a plan for taking refuge from the rain pretty soon. I'm not sure if like going into the parking garage and trying to loiter there during the day when it's not sleeping time yet is like the right move. Although I could honestly sleep during the day right now with how fucking tired I am, and then just roam around at night or something. But I feel like this town is not gonna have much to do at night. It's gonna be sleepy as hell, especially with classes not in session for the college students. Yeah, there's probably gonna be like empty streets at night. So this probably would be a town where I will be wanting to mostly sleep at night. And oh wow, that's pretty nice. Not much of a view there because of trees, but that's cool. But yeah, I'll probably be wanting to mostly sleep at night and be awake during the day to do stuff, which will be a bit of a change of pace because I've been having a lot of late nights lately in the various other cities that I've been visiting, because I've been hanging out at bars and going to shows and stuff. And staying out super late. Yeah, I don't think I see any like cops or security here. Could be that they just are totally chill right now at this time of year because there's no students here or anything. Huh. Pretty cool. That side looks a little more well lit and stuff. I hope it's not like this is the manned security side of the parking garage. I want to go over here real quick and just see what's up. Okay, we got another room in here. And this door's closed loudly. Alright, another kind of cool view from up here. Now we're getting some height, you know, being able to look down at some stuff. It's been a while since we were able to do that, right? There wasn't much height in Baltimore. At least not that I could actually access. There are some tall buildings downtown, but you know, for the most part, it was just a bunch of relatively short, maybe 3 or 4 story buildings, even in the denser areas. I keep thinking like, oh my god, someone's gonna see me walking up on top of this parking garage and they're gonna call the cops on me or something. I got PTSD from when I got a trespassing citation for fucking sitting in a parking garage in Nashville. But realistically, again, this is a college town. Like, people are probably gonna be pretty chill here about that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's not gonna be like people are on edge all the time like in some cities I've been to. Oh my god, it's starting to pick up now. All right, got out of that rain. Wow. Man, not a second too soon for me to get a ride here, really, because man, the rain just started getting crazy. I mean, maybe it'll be on and off like this all day. Maybe it's been like this all morning. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't raining this hard before I left the 7-Eleven. But it sure is coming down now. So I'm glad that I got out of there and got here today, before it got too bad, at least. Even if I had to get a little bit soaked last night. And, just now I got a little soaked too, to be honest. Just being outside in that rain for like 30 seconds because it really just started coming down. Reminded me of when I was in Carytown and having to walk back to Cary Street, and then the fucking rain started coming down and soaked me in like a minute flat. But yeah, I'm just gonna probably find a place to hang out around here for now. I'm not sure if I should go in that that room over there. I'll try it. I'll check, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should stay on this level or if I should go over here and go up a floor. Because I could go onto the highest floor. There's like no cars up here or anything. Man, this is like, seems like the place to be. Maybe I just hang out in this stairwell over here and figure out my next move. But I don't know, this stairwell is like probably the most active stairwell since it has the elevators and everything, so maybe I don't do that stairwell. Maybe I just try to tuck myself out of the way over here or something. Yeah, that's probably the best move. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit against this pillar right here, to be honest with you. This will be my spot. And now we just sit and we wait a few minutes to see if we're on camera and if the cops are going to show up immediately to tell us to get lost and kick rocks. If that happens, then that won't bode too well for our prospects of being able to actually sleep here tonight. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to like stick around here too long anyway. I don't think I'm going to like stay here all day. I might go out and try to do some stuff soon. I don't know, I'm tired, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to start like getting into a nocturnal sleep schedule here, like I said, so it might be worth it to just stay up until nighttime and then try to sleep at night like a normal person. Yeah, we'll see. If I do stay up, I might stay here and chill, but I feel like that might not be the best idea, because like I don't want to blow up my sleep spot by making it not just a sleep spot and hanging out at it during the day. So yeah, I might, like I said, try to figure out some stuff to do around town, but I mean, it's raining, so not really the best time for it. I don't really know where I can go right now to stay out of the rain besides here, so I'm just gonna chill here for now and just try to figure out my next move, I guess. Wow, I didn't even realize it was still so early in the morning. I guess I really the early bird really does get the worm. I really did get that ride really fucking early today, because it's like 7:30 in the morning still. I was thinking it was like closer to noon or something for some reason, but yeah, it's still 7:30 in the morning. I might be able to sleep here, honestly, because it's still so early. I mean, usually it'd be ideal to wake up at like 6 or 7, but I could pretend that I'm sleeping in today, Honestly, if a cop catches me sleeping here because it's a college town, they're probably they're probably not gonna be an asshole about it or anything, but who knows? I've been wrong in the past about things like secret tunnels and stuff, so could be wrong about this too. Jesus, it is really coming down now. Holy crap, I'm glad I got here before this started. I really hope, I've been thinking about it, and I decided I probably shouldn't be here right now. I really don't want to blow up my sleeping spot before I even got a chance to try to sleep here yet. Because, if I try to sleep here tonight and then they catch me and, it's my first time being caught here, that's one thing. But if I get caught here right now and then I try to sleep here and then they catch me again, then it's like, that's when they start throwing the book at you. And yeah, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to like piss them off at this exact spot, you know, too early, because this is the only safe spot that I know of to sleep out of the rain at the moment. But yeah, I can't leave right now because this is just ridiculous. Like, I have to wait here until the rain chills out a bit, I would think. But I think if the rain does let up and I can leave here, if I get like a clear window, it would probably be best to try to head to one of the libraries, like the Newark Public Library, or the there's like a university library too. I think it's called like the Morris Library or something. And I would have to sign in there as a public visitor. But hopefully, if I'm like, hey, I'm a traveler from out of town and I'm, you know, interested in academic stuff, I'm trying to do some research, then hopefully I can get in there and then, you know, find a quiet spot. I could even lay my head down and sleep for a bit, probably. But yeah, it just doesn't look like I'll be able to get there too easily right now. So hopefully I can hang out here for a little while and wait out the storm, and cops won't show up and kick me out into the rain, you know, immediately. It's like looking like it's starting to flood over there too. I hope this floor of the parking garage doesn't actually like unironically start to completely flood and start getting me wet even while I'm staying out of the rain. I don't think that'll happen though, because I mean, look how much surface area we have. I'm just being paranoid, I think. Well, it looks like we have a bit of good news, which is that apparently the rain, the forecast is now saying the rain is supposed to clear up in a couple hours by like 9 or 10 a.m. and then it's supposed to be clear all the rest of the day. So if that ends up being the case, then maybe we won't have to be inside all day. We can actually go try to walk around and stuff. Although I am exhausted because I haven't really slept in 2 days, so I don't know how much energy I'll have for walking around the whole town, especially when I have got to carry my backpack with me everywhere. But hopefully we won't have to go very far to see some cool stuff, because I think there's a decent amount of cool stuff right in this downtown area. But yeah, fingers crossed that it'll stop being so wet and we can have a clear day to actually explore a little bit, you know, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be heading out tomorrow and heading to Philly tomorrow, or if I'll stay for a few days or whatever. But it would be nice to at least be able to walk around a little bit today to get my bearings, because I like to do that when I first arrive in a city, of course. Looks like there's some kind of train coming right now. Is it a freight train or a passenger train? Probably passenger, I assume. Find out. No, it's a freight train. It's a CSX freight train. Wow. That's kind of cool. You get to watch this whole crossing as it goes by. Not a bad view. Wow, that was a short little intermodal train. That's crazy. Usually they're like way fucking longer than that. That was like a tiny train. Like the tiniest intermodal freight train I ever seen. But I guess it worked out, because I don't know how long this video is getting. My videos have been getting longer and longer lately. Well, not longer and longer. I think the Richmond video is still the longest one, but the videos have been getting just longer on average. And those last two freight train videos, it just like took like 3 or 4 minutes for them to fully pass by. So it's you know, at least this one went by kind of quickly, so we don't have to waste another 4 minutes of footage on just a freight train passing by. Not that I consider it a waste necessarily, because, you know, I think it's cool. At least I enjoyed the whole thing. I remained enraptured throughout the whole experience, but your mileage may vary on that front, I suppose. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here and try to go to the Trevant University Center, because it is still raining, I think, but I the longer I stick around here, the more unsafe I feel about the cops coming and kicking me out early and me not even getting a chance to try to sleep here tonight, which would suck. And I need to use the bathroom, so hopefully I can get in there. Apparently, it's supposed to be only open to students, or not only open to students, but there's like a rule against visitors regularly using the facilities if they aren't students or whatever. Basically, the whole purpose of the rule is to prevent people like me, or not just transients, but local unhoused people from just like using the thing as a homeless shelter. So they don't want people like me going in there and just sitting there charging their phones, fucking sleeping, whatever. So they might be on the lookout for that sort of thing. But from what I hear, if I just go in there and I act chill, and I maybe buy something, maybe just hang out and stay out of people's way and don't like cause a ruckus, I heard that they should just let me chill out. And if they don't and I have to leave, then there's a couple other spots I can try to go to hang out. So we'll try our luck at the student center first. Alright, in order to pull this off, I have to hope that I don't look too homeless right now. Oh good, it is, the rain has broken a little bit, or the storm has broken, the sky has broken means that it started to rain, right? So it's not that, but the opposite of that. Let's see. Okay, cool. Hopefully nobody gives me any trouble for just walking in here. It's very quiet in here. Oh, dining services. Yeah. The dining services here are obviously calibrated for like student meal plans. So everything here will probably be super expensive if you try to buy it with cash or whatever. Well, there's restrooms here. Event services, Trabant Lounge, food court, and a bank/ATM. That's interesting. I wonder what's over here. University Package Center, Veteran and Military Connections. Okay, those are both downstairs. Well, that's not what I'm looking for. Mail services. Wonder what's up here. Doherty Hall. First Presbyterian Church of Newark was constructed when the congregation moved West Main Street was acquired by the University of Delaware. This historic sanctuary of the church, restored in conjunction with reopened in 1986. Special study area for the campus community. Oh, that's nice. That's pleasant. I wonder what's over here. It's just another entrance to Doherty Hall, I suppose. Okay. Well, I'm probably going to use the bathroom real quick, since I did have to do that. And then I will continue on that way and see what's over there. Yo, this is crazy. There is a sink inside this stall, a whole mirror and sink. I've only seen that like once before, I think, in New York City. I think it was in like the Macy's or something, in like one of the upstairs bathrooms of the Macy's. They had something like this, but that is kind of cool. I could do a whole fucking sink shower here and wash my clothes if I was so inclined. Yeah, I'm gonna try to walk through here and play it off like I'm just a student with a backpack. Surely nobody will say anything about the sleeping bag and all the other shit strapped to my outside my backpack. Surely nobody will be suspicious of that. Just an ordinary student, right? That's event services over there. Oh, this is like banking stuff, I guess. Trabant Lounge. Wow, it looks peaceful in there. Oh, this is cool. This is, I guess, like a main entrance. This is some other kind of thing in there that might be associated with the banking stuff as well. What's down here? Huh. This is like a double. Oh, I guess I was like, why is it's like a double level thing, but it's just that one side is stairs and the other side's a ramp. That makes sense. What's over here? Is this the food court area? Oh, yep. Looks like this is where they usually serve food and such. I don't know when these places open. What do they have here anyway? This is the Halal Shack Middle Eastern Kitchen. This is... Oh, that's also the Halal Shack. Okay. What else? Okay, they got Chick-fil-A. Is that it? Just two food options? Or what? Yeah, I don't know. I don't see more than just those two things. Unless there's more like upstairs or something. But yeah, kind of lame. Only having two options, but yeah, it looks like nowhere's open right now anyway. But this is a cool place for sure. I mean, it looks cool, despite the meager offerings here, food-wise. I would hope that at least the halal place has vegan options or whatever. Since Chick-fil-A doesn't really have much in that regard. Alright. So yeah, no food open, but the lounge is open, I guess. So we haven't seen a single soul in here yet. No one else hanging out and using the place. No one working here. And, I don't know what that's all about. Vita Nova. Fine dining. Oh. So I guess there's like a fine dining restaurant there too. Alright, let me see if anybody's in here using this, hanging out. Let me be quiet just in case. Doesn't look like anybody's in here. That's crazy. I guess I'm really the only one here right now. This is just... I don't know what this is back here exactly. Some kind of locked cabinet. Emergency exit. Okay. Well, this is nice. And this is just open to the public, I guess. As long as you don't cause too much trouble and you act sufficiently like a college student. So I guess I can just hang out here and stay out of the room for a while unless people start coming in and yelling at me or whatever. But I don't see why that would happen when there's not even anybody here. There's no other homeless people using it. There's no students. There's no otherwise locals. And there's no workers in this whole freaking place. Like, who was even around to open the doors, I wonder? It opens at 7 a.m., I think. So it opened like an hour ago. Oh, and they got a quiet TV. This is peaceful. I think I'll just hang out here for a little while and charge my phone because it is getting low. And yeah, maybe I'll take a nap. I'm not gonna try to like lay out on this couch or anything, but it's possible I can get away with kind of napping sitting up, and I don't feel at risk at all here. So I don't feel like my backpack is gonna be stolen from me or anything while I'm sitting in here. So maybe I'll try that, and I'll update you guys if anything happens later. If I end up deciding to leave this place in a little bit, or if I get kicked out, or if anybody shows up and talks to me or whatever in any way, I'll let you know. But for now, I'm gonna just kick it here for a bit. This is a nice reward for the shit I've just been through over the last couple days. Looks like they're doing some kind of like orientation tour right now back there. And she just talked about people taking naps in here. Little do they know, someone's doing that right now. Using the weekend at Bernie's method. Alright, we're back outside now. And it's actually quite sunny out now. Quite nice feeling out as well, temperature-wise. That was interesting. I was just hanging out in there. I'm like, wow, I'm the only person here. There's no students here or anything. And then it's like, oh, it's orientation day, I guess. Because they come in with a big group of, I guess, prospective students or future students. I don't know if these are students who are, officially enrolled. or if they're students who are just touring the school to decide whether they want to apply or not, or who have been accepted but haven't decided whether they're going to actually enroll or whatever. I'm not sure what stage those people are in, but either way, it was funny that they're like looking at the room, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm like blending right in here, looking like a college student, adding to the ambiance, because they're looking like, oh, there's even a current university. There's even a current University of Delaware student just sitting here as we speak. How authentic. Such an authentic college vibe. And meanwhile, I'm sitting here with a fucking hiking backpack. Little do they know, I'm like sitting there in fucking sunglasses. Like I said, doing the weekend at Bernie's method, just like sleeping, but like upright, holding a book. So it looked like, with my sunglasses on and everything, it looked like I could just be reading a book. They came in, it was like dark in there, as you guys saw before, and then they came in at 10 and turned the lights on in the room, so that it wasn't so dark anymore. I was like, alright, I can put my sunglasses on, pretend that it's I have sensitive eyes or something. So anyway, I ended up heading out of there because I didn't want to spend too long, even though there still wasn't anyone hanging out in there when I left. I didn't want to overstay my welcome and seem too suspicious or anything. It would have been a little more chill if there was like at least a couple of people hanging out in there. Since it was just me, and I showed up early, and then oh look, that might be the tour group right there. But since I showed up early and everything, and I was there for a while, and I had I even took a couple short naps secretly behind my sunglass facade. I figured it would be best to get out of there for now and try to move somewhere else, especially since the rain stopped and everything, and my main goal was to wait out the rain. So now that that's done, I can go for a little walk down Main Street here and see what's going on. I actually just wanted to walk down here just to take a quick peek at at what this part of town looks like. And I was actually going to turn soon. I'm going to make a turn to the right up here and head down south, perhaps, or maybe head over to, I think there's like a Methodist church nearby. Basically, I'm still trying to find a spot to sleep, because even though I slept a little bit, I haven't really slept, So there's a few spots in town that I think might be good spots to try to rest for like a decent amount of time. I'd be able to actually take my shoes and socks off and try to dry out my feet and stuff. Not that my feet are super wet right now or anything, because thankfully, waterproof shoes protected me from, the rain for the most part. But they still just, been wearing the same socks for a couple days. I gotta fucking change my socks and just dry them out and everything, because the socks do end up getting kind of messed up after you're just like sweating and hiking them for days, unfortunately. So yep, gotta get that done, otherwise my feet are gonna start breaking down and decaying, and I'm gonna become a zombie from the feet up, and that wouldn't be any good. One thing about this city is that it has a lot of these like municipal parking lots that are like behind a lot of the buildings off of Main Street, and so a lot of the pedestrian foot traffic, besides Main Street itself, is actually concentrated along these alleyways that connect these parking lots to the main street. So if you are trying to fly a sign or busk or something, and these you can't, it's hard, you find it hard to get away with doing it in front of these businesses, which I imagine might be the case sometimes, because businesses can be a little iffy about people busking and flying signs and stuff right in front of their businesses if the sidewalk is relatively narrow and stuff. If these businesses give you trouble, basically what I'm trying to say is that these places, these alleys here, seem like good alternatives because of just the way the city is laid out. Because there's so many of these like municipal giant parking lots just like off of Main Street, and all these alleyways connecting them. There's like 10 or more of them, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's looks like a good spot for that sort of thing. I don't know if I'll be flying a sign today because I need to find a spot to sleep first. That's my first priority. But maybe while we're here, we'll be doing some sign flying because I do need to make money. So it would be good to like capitalize on the period of respite from the rain that we have today to try to make some money. But you know, it's I mean, sleep is more important at this point, honestly. You know, money can always come later, but sleep is like, once you're putting off sleep for enough time, then it's like there's the time for sleep is nigh, you know. Oh shit, look at that. I almost didn't notice for a second, but it wouldn't be, a college town would not be complete without at least one insomnia cookies. Hell yeah, brother. One more thing about these little parking lot cut-throughs. By the way, I think that they're not just off Main Street. I think that they're off other streets too. Other like, main streets. Besides Main Street itself. But another thing is that apparently I think some of these alleyways have like overhangs over them and stuff, so it could even be potentially a good spot to bus or fly a sign in the rain. So that's notable. But this one in particular probably wouldn't be too good for that because there's not really much of an overhang here, obviously. And it's starting to slightly rain again, but hopefully it will only be super light because I don't want to deal with that bullshit. I dealt with enough rain, and there's still going to be more rain to come. Give me a break for one day or two. It would be even better, honestly. Well, I just was standing here having a smoke, and I had a guy bum a cigarette off me, so that's my first cigarette that someone has bummed off me here. So I guess it's not, it is a wealthy town, but it's not too wealthy that nobody bums cigarettes. So that's interesting. To be fair, he said he would pay me, but I was like, nah, you're good, man. I mean, I don't know if I think he said he would pay me, but he doesn't have $1 or something. I was like, yeah, it's all good. I don't care. So, you know, if someone says they would pay me, that's as good enough as paying me for me, because usually I don't even charge them anyway. Alright, it just started raining out of nowhere when I was in a pretty inconvenient spot, so I had to move under this little overhang in front of this church. This is like a Methodist church, and I heard that this might be a chill spot to try to sleep, which makes sense because churches are usually, depending on the church, can be pretty chill about that. It's getting wetter and wetter. The wet line is encroaching ever closer, but hopefully this will just be like a short summer squall, and man, yeah, people are just walking in this shit because no one was expecting it. It came out of nowhere, I guess. Although I guess they should have been kind of expecting it, since it's been like this lately, just on and off rain constantly. So you never know when it's gonna come back. You gotta prepare accordingly, really. But you know, when you're housed, you just don't care about getting wet sometimes, because it's not like a death sentence, you know, for all your shit to get wet. But for me, I'm not so lucky, so I need to try to stay out of the rain. See, this guy's got the right idea. He's like, oh no, fuck that, I don't want to get my pizza wet. But yeah, so I'm just gonna hang out here, hopefully until the rain stops, and hopefully it'll be clear for the rest of the day, but not too sure. We'll find out, I guess. Man, this is kind of fucking crazy. It's really coming down now. Can't believe it can just be clear 1 minute, and then 5 minutes later it's just this. This is ridiculous. Anybody in there? Yeah, there is somebody in there. So I'm not gonna go in there. I don't want them to start talking to me. I hope they don't come out here and tell me to leave. This would be a bad time for that. Oh good, I think I see blue skies in the distance. It's a good sign. Hopefully that means that the storm is about to pass. just saw kind of a funny interaction with this mother. I assume it was his mother and her, what I assume was her child. She was like trying to get her daughter to go out in the rain, and she's like, "This is really not my day." The kid didn't want to go out in the rain, and she tried to turn around and go back inside this door. She's like, I need to get away from the sound. She just kept making excuses for why she needed to get out of the rain. She was being so dramatic about it, and then the door was locked and she couldn't get back in. So her mom was like, "All right, we gotta go. It's lighter." And it did lighten up a little bit, so they were able to go to their car without getting too wet, I guess. But that kid was funny, man. I guess I found myself on part of the Pomeroy and Newark Rail Trail. I had heard about this trail, actually, but I didn't think I would find it so soon. I'm actually just like on my way to this record shop. I just wanted to briefly stop at this record store over here and see if it has patches. There were 2 record stores I heard about in the city, and the other one's closed right now. I think they're not open at all on Mondays. So I'm just gonna come check this one real quick. I'm somehow kind of skeptical that they'll have patches, or I'm not confident at the very least. But we'll see. We'll try it. We'll look inside, and then we'll go somewhere else afterwards. The Ski Bum. That's interesting. Sounds like what they would call me if I was a skier or an alpine backpacker or something. That's pretty nice. Alright, I just got out of the record store and I ended up purchasing this Grateful Dead patch because I thought this was just cool as hell. I was looking at a patch that said NYC and I was like, oh, I love NYC, but then I saw this one and I was like, alright, this is more unique. The NYC patch, I could probably get an NYC patch in NYC, and that would be kind of fucking ironic if I got a New York City patch in Delaware. Honestly, it would have made for a funny story though. People would be like, oh, what is the story behind all your patches? I'd be like, oh, this one? This New York City patch? Yeah, I got that in Newark, Delaware. I'd be like, what the fuck? But anyway, yeah, cool. Picked up that patch, but now it's fucking rainy again as I step outside, which I didn't think was supposed to happen anymore today. But I guess I should have learned my lesson too, just like those other people who were walking outside unsuspecting, thinking that it wasn't going to rain, and then it did. But anyway, I think there's like a shelter of some kind over here that I can get under, so I'm going to try to go huddle under that and escape the rain if I can for a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't last too long. I mean, luckily the rain's not like super heavy right now. It's not as bad as it was before, but still, it could get worse at any moment, as we've seen. So and it adds up too, you know. Even the light rain, if it's sustained for long enough, it will get my shit all wet, my phone, my backpack, etc., etc. Don't like that. I'm gonna stand under the shelter. Cool. I'm safe for now. Hopefully the rain stops soon. Yep, it's really picking up again. I actually was not expecting it to pick up like this again. This is really crazy. But what can you do? Man, I'm still getting fucking hit with like water, man. I don't know how to avoid this. I mean, it's like, this is a pretty wide little shelter thing, but it's just, it is not enough with how windy it is and how hard this rain is falling down. I hope it stops soon. At least while we're stuck under here with the rain, we can appreciate this little plaque here about the Pomeroy and Newark Rail Trail. The train stations of Newark. Yeah, apparently this used to be part of a rail line that went between Newark and, well, Pomeroy, Pennsylvania, as the name suggests. And it says the line, the Delaware part of the line, from the Delaware state line to Newark, was abandoned in 1939, and then I guess this at some point got rehabilitated and turned into a trail. Passenger car for the railroad, fondly known as the Pumpsy Doodle. That's an interesting name for a train car. But yeah, cool little history lesson right here. A little bit of train railroad history for you. Oh great, and now the sun is coming out again. It's so, any more good? I can't tell. I don't think so. If it is, it's very light. So I think I should be able to make it 5 minutes down the road. I want to check out, there's this place called like the Newark Empowerment something. It's run by this group called like Friendship House. It's like a homeless shelter thing. It's not like a night shelter. It's like a day drop-in shelter where you can come, you can hang out, charge your phone. Apparently, you can get like probably some free water. They probably got some snacks and stuff, maybe some coffee, things like that. It's just like one of those things. We got places like that in New York City too. I never really hung out at them much because I was always busy being out and about doing other things. But it is helpful when it's rainy or when it's too hot or cold outside to have these kinds of things. So I do want to maybe drop in real quick, no pun intended, and just see what it's all about. See if they know where I can take a shower and do laundry for free, because they could also potentially refer me to things like that. I don't think they have like shower and laundry facilities there, but oftentimes they, organizations like this will partner with churches or whatever, and they'll have programs or laundromats. You can get like a voucher to do your laundry or to take a shower at a church or something. So we'll see. I want to weigh my options because I do want to shower. I would like to shower if possible. I don't know when I'm going to next have access to a shower. Hopefully I can meet someone in Philly to stay with and they can let me shower at their place. But since it's been a couple of days since my last shower, it's about time to start seeking out my options on that front at least. So I'll go there, talk to some people for a few minutes, see if there's, any viable options for me to shower here, etc. And then I will probably move on to somewhere else afterwards, provided that that it doesn't start fucking pouring again. Now, you can definitely tell that we're getting into the quieter, less gentrified area of Main Street now, which I guess that makes sense that this would be the part of town that they would have like the homeless services and stuff. That's usually how it goes. But yeah, it just seems like everything here generally looks a lot more low-key, kind of less flashy, and there's just less people walking around. So yeah, you can definitely tell that we're past the strip, the big busy strip. Currently this town has like one active strip. There's like one like half-mile strip of Main Street that we walked down earlier up by the Tremont University Center. That is like the active nightlife district and the active part of town in general, the place to fly signs. And if you're not there, you're nowhere, because there's nowhere else in this town that's active pretty much. So that's going to be where you want to be if you're trying to make money, for sure, or trying to make friends, I guess. Well, this is the place. I had to come back here behind this like church or whatever. There's like some kind of industrial shit back here. Alright, I checked that place out. I just sat down for a little bit. I didn't really ask about any resources or anything, but they seemed nice. There was a guy working there. His name was Steven as well, and there was a woman named Kia. They basically were like, hey, we got food here, we got drinks, etc., etc. You can hang out, it's a safe space. So I just hung out for a little bit. I just hung out and kind of like planned my next moves, and it's supposed to be clear for the rest of the day. Hopefully I know we've said that multiple times now, but hopefully it's true this time. And I did some mental calculations, and I decided that I think that I can actually see pretty much everything I wanted to see here within a day if I kind of make haste. I wanted to like rest and relax today and stuff, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind today instead. And then I'm going to go and probably just head to Philly tomorrow. I'll try to rest well here now. I'll try to turn in relatively early. I do want to see what the nightlife is like a little bit, but I'll try to turn in tonight here and then take the SEPTA train to Philly tomorrow, I think, because the way it worked out, it looks like the weather in Philly, and here for that matter tomorrow, is actually supposed to be completely clear now, like all day. So it should be a good day to go and explore and get my bearings in Philly. And then the next day I think it's supposed to rain, but hopefully by that point I'll know where to go, kind of. I'll have figured out, I'll have gotten my bearings a little bit, and Philadelphia has good, infrastructure for staying out of the rain, I'm pretty sure. And there's supposed to be a whole underground concourse of the train station that connects like different buildings and parts of the city center. So, Philly sounds like the place to be in the rain, for sure. Newark, I mean, it's not bad. It's got the college town vibe, if that's what you like. And it is good to be, if you have to be homeless, being in a college town is not a bad place to do it. Geez, I can't speak. But anyway, I'm looking forward to getting to the big city where the crust punks are at and stuff. Like I walked in that shelter. There were some people in there. Everyone seemed chill. It didn't seem like a sketchy vibe. You know what I mean? It seemed like a very chill sort of vibe among the home bums. That is something you often see in these college towns because the crazier ones tend to not make it very far. They get kicked out of town or put in jail or whatever. I don't know about kicked out of town. I don't know if that happens. Well, I mean, it certainly can, but kind of hard to kick someone out of a town if they're from there, But anyway, enough of my rambling. I was looking around for this bike shop, this bike repair shop. I heard of it. It was supposed to be a pretty cool place. Not that I have a bike, but I heard that cool people hang out there. Sort of DIY focused people, as you would expect from a bike repair shop. So I'm walking around looking see if I can find that. I think it's around here somewhere. And then I'm probably gonna head to that rail trail and try to check that out and walk along that for a little bit. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it should be right up here, I believe. The bike repair shop. Oh yeah, there's bikes right here. This looks like it might be the spot. Oh, maybe not. This is like a Goodwill. Yeah, there's like a Goodwill here too. Huh. I don't even see the sign for this bike repair place. Oh, wait, is that it right there? Oh yeah, it looks like it. Promoting bicycling to the community of Newark, 2 wheels at a time. Newark's non-profit bike shop powered by volunteers. All are welcome. Sounds like a lovely place. I don't want to go in and bother them, really. Especially since I'm kind of kind of trying to get a move on. But, I mean, oh look. No loitering, no doubt. No doubting. Love that. I might hang out here and have a smoke for a minute and then move on. Because, I'll go over by the garbage can so that they don't think I'm loitering. But, yeah, that guy's got a cool shirt on. He looks like he's got a cool vibe to him. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna hang out here for 10 minutes. If nobody comes out and talks to me, I'm just gonna leave. Because, I'm too good to talk to people first. No, I'm kidding. But I do just have stuff to get to, so it's hard for me to focus on really hanging around and socializing right now. As cool as this place might be to do that sort of thing. I think if I were to come here and try to socialize and explore a couch to sleep on tonight, if I cared about that sort of thing, right now, this would be maybe one of the places that I would try to do it. Just because, the people that work here, sort of are, they're sympathetic to travelers, let's say, and people who live an alternative sort of lifestyle. And pedestrians, whether you're a pedestrian or a cyclist, I feel like we're kindred spirits because we all get fucked over by car-centric design. So, yeah. It's funny, I know it says all are welcome, but I still feel awkward going in there without a bike, So, it's, I gotta say, even though I definitely have gotten a lot more confident with talking to people since I started adventuring, if you will, the awkwardness never fully goes away. There's still some level of awkwardness, at least for me. There's a lot of awkwardness still in just certain things, initiating certain conversations in certain contexts. I'm a person who I know I'm very wary of how people perceive strangers talking to them. A lot of times when you just start talking to someone, they think there's something nefarious involved, or you're trying to get something from them or something. To be fair, oftentimes I am when I'm trying to hitchhike and get a ride or whatever. But I'm not trying to get something from them in a predatory way. You know, it's a sort of a mutually beneficial arrangement that I'm looking for. You know, like I keep you company and give you someone to talk to on your drive. You give me a ride. You know, or a couch to sleep on, or whatever the heck. So it's not like I feel like I'm burdening people by talking to them, but at the same time, I don't want people to have that perception of like, when I start talking to them, when I initiate the conversation, like, oh, here it goes again. I'm about to be burdened by this fucking bum trying to talk to me, probably trying to ask me for something, you know, whatever the fuck they think. Alright, it's time to go. I do have to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna go to this pizza place real quick over here and ask them if they have a bathroom I can use. Hopefully they don't say I have to buy something or whatever, because I just want to use the bathroom before I go on this, you know, 45-minute to an hour-long hike. I mean, it's like a 40 to 45-minute hike, but with my backpack, it might take longer, because I might need to slow down at times and take rests and stuff. You know how it is. Alright, I'm good to go now. The pizza place did not have a bathroom, but I went 2 doors down to this tropical smoothie cafe place or whatever they were called, and they had the bathroom, so it was all good. Now we are heading back over here to the Newark Pomeroy, was that it? Whatever it was called. Rail trail. Now it goes further north and then northwest in that direction for quite a while, but we're just going to go south. We're not going to be walking the whole trail today, just this portion. Main Street is right up here, and we're going to be going on the portion south of Main Street, and then it will connect to the, I think it's called the James Hall Trail. There's like another trail. They make like a T shape, and the James Hall Trail will split off and go left and right from the point where it meets this trail here that we're on, because this trail goes straight south, and then we're gonna meet the James Hall Trail running east-west, and then we're gonna go west on the James Hall Trail until we get to Phillips Park, and that whole walk should take us about 40 minutes. Like I said, maybe a little longer, because it looks like someone left their shopping cart here. Dude, I wonder if I should bring this with me. This actually might be useful, because then I won't have to carry my backpack. Holy shit. Yes. Oh, this is an idea. Hell yeah. I almost just passed the shopping cart by. I was just gonna ignore it as if nothing, as if nothing happened. And then I would have had to carry my backpack. And I was just about to say how, it might take longer because of my backpack, but I guess, now I don't have to worry about having to rest with my backpack and everything, because now I just have the shopping cart. It might slow me down a little bit. Well, maybe not actually. Honestly, pushing the shopping cart and rolling my backpack along this might actually be faster than like carrying it the old-fashioned way. So yeah, pretty cool find, honestly. Pretty lucky, useful find. Now, of course, pushing the shopping cart around this town and on this trail is probably going to make people think that I'm like crazy or something, or that I stole it from the shopping center myself, which is obviously not the case. But I mean, who cares, man? Whatever they need to think. If that's what they have to think in order for me to have a more reasonable time pushing this shit around, I don't have to carry my whole fucking backpack all the way across town on this trip, then that's fine by me. Damn, man. I actually underestimated how convenient this thing would be, because every time I go down a hill, it actually kind of like starts pulling me with it. So it's like actually making me go slightly faster than I otherwise would have, at least every time I go down a slight decline. So that's actually pretty fucking cool. I might actually end up making it there even in record time, even quicker than I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to take like 45 minutes. Maybe it'll take 35 or something. Also, I just passed a cop car. I'm not sure if there was a cop in there or not, but if so, they're probably looking at me like, what the hell is this guy doing? I don't know what the protocol is for, like, if a cop sees someone walking with a shopping cart, because, like, obviously, you know, they're gonna assume that the shopping cart was probably stolen, right? But at the same time, I literally have video proof that I just took that I did not steal the shopping cart and that I actually found it discarded. And if anything, I'm doing them a favor by cleaning up this illegally dumped trash, basically, off the side of the trail. So, you know, if the cops want to come up and question me or whatever, they can. But I don't know why they would bother, like, because even if it is stolen, right? How are they going to prove that, right? You could just say, oh, I just picked it up. Are they just going to, you know, would you get in trouble for theft or whatever? Anyway, even if they can't prove that you actually stole it from the, you know, from the parking lot of the store or whatever that it's from. I don't know. I don't really know how that works. I've never had a shopping cart before. This is a new experience for me, so I guess maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. I've never heard of anyone getting questioned by the cops for having a shopping cart before. I've seen plenty of people with shopping carts. See, this is an example of the down the hill thing. The problem with the shopping cart is it veers to the left a little bit, so I have to keep trying to kind of steer with it actively. But yeah, like I was saying, I've seen many people with shopping carts. I've seen many shopping carts even just like discarded in random places, and especially in New York City. And the cops never seem to do anything about it. So, yeah, I think I'll probably be fine. Anyway, on we go. Huh. This is interesting. Looks like here we have like some kind of, looks like it was a tennis court or something, but it doesn't have a net. So I don't really know what that's all about. I guess people don't play anything there anymore unless it's not a tennis court. Like that green thing over there, that green pole makes it look like that was like one side of the net, and there was another pole on the other side holding up the other side of the net. And oh, someone let a piece of watermelon there. What the hell? I was wondering what that was. I thought that was like a mushroom, some sort of weird mushroom cap for a second. But I was like, wait, that's a piece of watermelon. But yeah, it looks like there was like another. There was a net there, and the other pole got pulled out of the ground somehow, and is no longer there. But I don't know. Could be wrong. This is another one of those trails where I wish there was more shade. You know, as you can see, there's just a whole lot. I mean, that part was a little shaded, but a lot of it has a whole lot of just walking in the sun. But thankfully, this city's not as big as Danville, so it's not going to take me nearly as long to walk along this whole trail as it did in Danville when I had to walk along that whole fucking trail. I think I have to walk maybe like 2 miles or something. Okay, why is there, I don't even know where these fucking plants came from, but let me try to remove these plants from my shopping cart real quick because they don't really need to be here. Wow, this one's so pressed in there because of my fucking sleeping bag. That's crazy. These little lettuce leaves. Let's get those out of there. We don't need all these leaves in there. Alright, there we go. Cleaned that up a little bit. And we didn't even have to litter because it was just leaves. Anyway, we continue. This is kind of interesting. Part of this rail trail goes by these industrial sort of zones. Steering to the left really is annoying. I have to keep like strongly steering it to the right with one hand. If I use two hands, it's not as bad, but with one hand, it's a little rough. But yeah, I guess you would expect this from a rail trail, right? So there used to be a railroad track, and railroad tracks usually go by all sorts of like industrial buildings like this. But yeah, this is why. This is one of the reasons I like rail trails so much, you know, because you see a lot of this stuff walking along these kinds of rails to trails type of trail networks. Authorized vehicles only. Do shopping carts count as authorized vehicles, I wonder? I guess we'll find out. See, now we're coming up on the James F. Hall Trail that I was talking about. This right and left branch, they both go to the same place. It's like a triangle here. So you can go that way to go left along the trail, or you can go this way to go right along the trail, or you can go this way and make a left here to go left along the trail as well. Or go that way and make a right there to go right along the trail. They all connect, is my point. But yeah, so that means we're to the second part of the trail already. And it doesn't even feel like I barely walked at all. This shopping cart is so helpful. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna have to get rid of it. I'm already like dying 1,000 deaths in advance, knowing that I'm gonna have to ditch this shopping cart sooner or later and go back to carrying that heavy ass thing on my back. But hell, let me just enjoy it while I can, I guess. Huh, what's this? Let's go check this out real quick. So we have a special plaque on the Pumpsy Doodle that we heard about earlier, this passenger train car. And there's a preserved piece of track right here, it looks like. I wonder if this is in its original location too. It's quite nice. What's this? Wheels donated by Wilmington and Western Railroad, Wilmington, Delaware. Oh wow, so these were train wheels. So this bench is actually made out of old train wheels. You got the markings on them and everything. I don't know if those are original markings or if they honestly look kind of new. So I'm not sure, but that's actually quite cool. Love that. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Now this part of the trail that we're coming up to here actually runs along active tracks, I believe. I'm pretty sure these are active. Not entirely sure whether these are SEPTA tracks or Amtrak tracks or freight tracks or what, or maybe used by all of the above. Not too sure, but there is like a little rail yard thing here, which is interesting because this is not really known as a town where there's like a big classification yard or anything. You know, you don't really see a lot of trains coming in here and slowing down and stopping to get broken up and rebuilt and stuff. Oh my god, can we stop with the curving? Jeez. Yeah, usually trains going through here are just kind of going by very quickly and just kind of rolling through. So I do kind of wonder whenever I see small yards in smaller towns like this. I have to wonder. Oh shit! There's the Amtrak. Okay. Well, that answers one of our questions. We know that the Amtrak uses this track at least. But yeah, as I was saying, whenever you see like train yards like this in a small town that doesn't really have a major classification yard, I always wonder what goes on in these yards, you know? By order, the police's gate must remain secured at all times. Amtrak police current. Well, I don't want to fuck with the Amtrak police. Been there, done that. What's over here, I wonder? This is just a map, it looks like. Parks and Trails map. Very nice, very nice. And this is Chapel Street, I guess. Trail narrows. Walk your bike. Oh, it's okay. I don't have a bike. I'll walk my shopping cart, though. Thank you very much. I wonder if this is the eponymous chapel that Chapel Street is named after. Looks kind of church-like, doesn't it? But it doesn't have a cross on top or anything, so who knows? Who knows if the original chapel is even still standing? Or even if there was a chapel. Maybe the chapel was just a myth. Maybe the chapel was the friends we made along the way. I think I should be fine with my shopping cart here because it looks like, even if the trail is pretty narrow here relative to how it was, it still looks wide enough to fit two shopping carts next to each other. So if I happen to pass another person who's also walking a shopping cart, the heck of a little stream here. I wonder if that's just like runoff water because it was raining pretty heavily earlier. So this would be the time when you'd see that sort of thing if it was runoff. But I just stepped in mud. That wasn't nice. But anyway, as I was saying, if I pass another person who happens to also be pushing a shopping cart, then we'll be able to just pass right by each other. I'll say hello. Hello, fellow shopper. Hello, fellow shopping cart pusher. This is nice, a little bridge going over this little canal. Again, I don't know if that's like storm drain, like runoff type water. Maybe it is. Or if it's just like something else. But either way, pretty cool. You know, no matter how many little bridges like that crossing little streams I cross and see, it never seems to get old. It never ceases to amaze me, you know? I'm just constantly amazed and impressed and overjoyed at all the surprises life throws at me. Even surprises that are not so surprising. Hey buddy, don't mind me, just doing a little Sunday shopping on a Monday. Nothing to see here, nothing unusual here. I think I'm almost at Phillips Park. I think I'm like 5 minutes away at this point. This has been a really breezy walk. Holy shit, is my cart... I'm not sure if my cart's starting to jam up or something, but you know, you can't expect it to last forever anyway. Especially since these are not meant to be pushed on, you know, big ass trails and through, you know, patches of mud and stuff. And it was already veering left when I found it, so just, you know, I don't know how many more miles this shopping cart has left in her, but she definitely has been of use to me, so I will never forget that. Oh, I was mistaken. I wasn't quite as close as I thought I was. I'm actually like 15 minutes away. I thought, yeah, I was thinking like, holy crap, I knew I was going to get there, you know, fast without having to, you know, with having the shopping cart and everything. But I was actually surprised that I got there that fast, but now it all makes sense. I actually had about another 10 or so minutes to go because I had divided my trip on Google Maps into 2 parts. And it was just the first part of the trip. I was coming to the end of the first part of the trip, coming to the first stop, if you will. And so that was saying, oh, 5 minutes until you get to your first stop, which was just like a random kind of waypoint in the middle of the trail. So now that we got to that waypoint, we actually have about 15 more minutes until we get to the Phillips Park, which there's like a skate park there I want to check out. You know, maybe there will be some skater punks hanging out there that want to talk to a traveler, you know. I'm not going to get my hopes up or anything because we know how that goes, but I at least want to just show up and hang out for a little bit, you know, and sit down in the grass and relax, maybe on the concrete, not on the grass. I prefer concrete because, you know, mosquitoes and all that. We don't want to have a repeat of the Baltimore fucking Roosevelt Park situation. Oh my god, my ankle is so fucked up, by the way. Like, because I was scratching myself the other night when those mosquitoes were biting me up. And now my ankle just has a big ass fucking abrasion on it from scratching the mosquito bite. And it's like under my sock, so it's gonna get like fucked up by my sock. My sock's gonna like stick to it and shit. And it's just, it might get infected. It's not going to be fun. It's going to be annoying to deal with, especially living outside and not being able to take my socks off as much as I'd like. So let this be a warning to you. Be careful of those fucking mosquitoes, dude. Don't let them bite your fucking ankles. And if they do, certainly don't fucking scratch the bites. It was nice. You got this little playground area and like well, more tennis courts over there. Oh my god, my fucking shopping cart. I just took my hands off it for 2 seconds and the whole thing fucking actually like veers off the, oh my god, it just zoomed in. It actually veered off the trail and completely fell over. Well, that's not gonna help with the wheel problem, the veering problem. Now it's probably gonna be even more broken. Well, it still pushes all right for now, I guess. We'll keep pressing on. Oh wow, this is actually like, I guess, historic train station. It says Newark Passenger Railroad Station, which, Newark Station. Oh wait, oh, it says Amtrak SEPTA DART. Oh, this might be the actual station. I was gonna say, like, there's stairs right there going down to like some kind of platform thing. I was like, I assume that platform's not in use anymore, but this might actually be the fucking Amtrak and SEPTA station, which, oh, there's a bunny over there. If so, that's kind of surprising. I didn't think I'd be finding it so soon. And I also, I don't know, I would have expected more or something. Just, oh, maybe, okay, maybe the actual platform's on the other side. Maybe you go up these stairs and you go across this bridge and then you stay on the other side, and that's, well, I guess it would depend whether you're taking it northbound or southbound. I mean, obviously there is no southbound SEPTA train, only northbound, but Amtrak trains probably go south from here. Hey, look at this. Wait a second. My mom has the same exact bike, dude. I swear this is the same exact bike as my mom. My mom's in a little better condition. This one looks old and beat up, but I recognized the design immediately. Well, hers is less beat up, except for the fact that I like fell over at one time and actually bent the basket. So this one's basket is in better condition. But wow, that's fucking crazy. Same exact bike as my mom. Yeah, I took another look at the map, and I think that building over there might actually be the modern station building, and this might right here. I'm not sure if this is like active as a station anymore. I think this is the it said like Newark History Museum or something. So maybe this is like a local railroad history museum. And it doesn't actually function as a station anymore. If I had read that sign over there, I probably would know, but I didn't. So yeah, that's that. And but this is the area of the city. Oh my god, my shopping cart's moving out. So I heard it moving. I'm like, what the hell's going on? There's a fucking ghost pushing my shopping cart around. But yeah, cool little spot. I love seeing historical like train depots like that, and they always have like that sort of shape of roof, you know, that comes to a point at the top and stuff. Yeah, very nice. Also, cool little spot under this little bridge. Like, obviously, it's turned into like a parking lot. But if it wasn't a parking lot, it seems like it would be a good spot to like just hang out and maybe throw like a punk show or something, you know, under the bridge. And there's even a tag. Crazy Ron. I'm not really sure what that says. Hard for me to tell, but pretty cool little spot. Yeah, we're gonna continue along the trail in a minute here, and pretty soon we should be at the Phillips Park. This is quite a nice little view here. A couple decently large buildings in the distance and a water tower, and not much else besides nature. Nature's actually quite nice out here. I wasn't expecting it to be so like mountainous still in fucking Delaware. I mean, we're in Delaware, right off the I-95. Oh, gate right there. And yeah, I don't know. I would have expected it to be more flat, but looking in the distance there's some mountains for sure. Still quite naturey in this neck of the woods, you know. So that's kind of cool to see. I'm really glad I got to finally visit Delaware and have like a reason to visit somewhere in Delaware and walk around Delaware a little bit, you know, because that was one of the states where I was like, I'm not sure how or when I'm going to check this one off the list. I mean, I figured it would be relatively soon because unlike some of the other states on my list that I don't have so much reason to visit, like Wyoming, at least Delaware was like pretty close, and I'm honestly like traveling through Delaware all the time as I go up and down to, I guess, more interesting places. No offense to Delaware, but just places that are, you know, that I feel like I have more interest in seeing. So yeah, I didn't think it would necessarily be long, but I also like wasn't really sure how much I enjoy Delaware. I wasn't sure if I'd like find anything kind of unique to do here. I was like, I guess I'll go to Wilmington, and it'll be like, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a corporate tax haven. It's gonna be kind of industrial maybe, but like basically like just a sketchier, more boring version of, I don't know, Philly or Baltimore or something, you know. That was kind of my vibe that I got based on what I heard about Wilmington. And then then I heard about Newark, and I was like, oh, looks like they have these fucking stretching station type things too. They're not built exactly the same way as the ones in Danville were, but you remember the stretching station. I was like, I've never seen these before. Well, now I have seen them again. Maybe I have seen them before and I just didn't remember. You know, it's possible that I've just been like passing them by my whole life, thinking nothing of it because, you know, they weren't relevant to what I was doing at the time or whatever. But now I'm seeing them, you know, I'm noticing them more because they are relevant. Kind of like shopping carts, you know. I've been passing fucking discarded shopping carts up my whole life, and before I was homeless and traveling and living on the streets, whatever, it was always just like, oh, whatever, another discarded shopping cart. And now it's like, wow, a discarded shopping cart. What a fucking godsend. Especially when I'm about to walk on this trail for like 2 or 3 miles. So, that's fun. Oh, this is interesting too. There's like a turtle. There's a whale. Little art installations in here, I guess. I guess that's another sort of stretching station. Oh, they're actually not even all the same here. They're like, oh, it's pull up and dip station. Oh, so they're like different exercise stations, not just for stretching, but for actually doing workouts. Wow, that's actually awesome having like public, infrastructure for doing workouts, like public gym equipment, basically. Because, yeah, man, when you're living on the streets, it's very prudent to try to get swole, but it can also be very difficult to try to achieve that when you have limited access to a gym and equipment, and it can be expensive and stuff. And I obviously you can do improvised exercises. Huh? I didn't understand wonder what this for. Looks like there's like a little fucking unmarked trail there that goes deeper in the woods. Trail near that. I'm kind of curious though, it's out here. But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, you can do, improvised exercises with all sorts of things, benches or little scaffolding or whatever, But in terms of like actual infrastructure, like public infrastructure that's built for that sort of thing, I've never really seen that around much, so that's cool. Meadow area, no mow zone, huh? I wonder if I guess this goes into some kind of meadow, but it looks a little flooded, this path. And it doesn't look like it would be easy to bring my shopping cart down here. So I'm not sure. I'm going to look at the map and see if it looks like there's anything interesting back there or not. Oh wow, I looked at the map and I realized I actually walked too far. I wasn't even intending to go this far. The skate park place that I was intending on ending off at is actually over that direction. So I'm going to walk back there in a minute. But I guess I will walk down this little trail real quick just to see what the deal is. It'll be a little rough with the shopping cart, but I'm going to try to push the shopping cart anyway, because why not? Yeah, that trail was more flooded than I even thought. Honestly, don't know why I came back here. Probably not even worth it, to be honest. What's even back here? It didn't look like there was much on the map. It looked like it just went to like some kind of forest clearing area. And that kind of looks like exactly what it is. It looks like the trail continues this way, but why? To where? Honestly, it looks like it might actually just connect with the park again. I'm gonna go back and grab my bag real quick, and I think I'm just gonna have to leave the shopping cart behind here. Sorry to illegally dump, from one illegal dumping spot to another. I was gonna try to bring it somewhere where it would be easier for someone to pick it up or whatever, like, and actually dispose of it, like whoever is supposed to actually dispose of these things. But I just I don't think I want to take it anymore. It's been very useful though. Alright, got my backpack back on, and I'm walking down this trail hoping that it takes me to I guess the parking lot or whatever that's supposed to be near the skate park. There's like a little trench of some sort here too. That's weird. Yeah, my backpack straps were really hot when I put it back on from sitting in that shopping cart and being exposed to the sun like they were. It's interesting because like usually my backpack straps themselves don't really get hot because they're against my back all the time. Huh. Where the hell does this go? But yeah, in this case they were very hot when I put it on. Holy shit. Yeah. There's actually this whole network of unmarked trails. Well, maybe network is a generous term, but where the hell does this go? I can tell that this is the trail. Not an official trail, but that people have gone this way. I think it continues over here. This is fascinating. Why are people going this way? Am I going to get ambushed? Let's find out. It's very muddy. That's for sure. Huh. What's going on over here? Oh, that's someone's fucking backyard, looks like. A little river thing right there. Should I go going that way? Should I go going this way as well, it looks like. You're gonna find someone's fucking camp back here. Dude, this is weird. It doesn't even look like it goes to anything. Oh, it goes here to this person's backyard. Okay, well, I guess that's that. But I think this just loops back to where we were, right? Yeah, looks like it. Alright, so that's just little, like, personal trails, I guess, that a couple people made going from their backyards to the park. Oh my god, I almost just slipped with my backpack on. That would have been really fucking bad if I had landed in that mud. I would have gotten so dirty and shit. Fuck. Gotta be careful, man. Especially when you're hiking right after it rained. Oh my god, I almost just slipped again. Didn't learn my lesson the first time. I would have deserved that one for sure. Anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. I don't want ticks. Back across this little bridge. And, just as I suspected, looks like this goes right to this parking lot over here. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, wish I had the shopping cart again. I'm back on the paved road. But it's whatever. I'm going right over here to the skate park anyway. You can literally see it right here. So, and then I'm just going to sit down there for a while. And then once I leave the skate park, I'm not really going to want the shopping cart at that point anyway. 'Cause at that point, we're going back to the University of Delaware campus area. And at that point, I don't want to be drawing any unwanted attention to myself and be trying to blend in more with the locals, you know. That's my strategy for that part of town. But for this leg of the journey, where I just had to hike a few miles on a big ass fucking hiking trail, yeah, I would say that shopping cart saved my fucking ass. Newark skate spot rules. Use this facility at your own risk. This is your skate spot. Help us to keep the area clean and safe. Helmets require motorized use prohibited and pay. As containers not permitted. Unsafe conditions. If unsafe conditions exist, not use the facility. Profanity, loud music, and recklessness are prohibited. Come on, no profanity or loud music at a skate park. That's ridiculous. Unauthorized ramps or obstacles are not permitted. Be courteous while you're trying to have fun. Skate safely. Huh. Seems reasonable for the far. Looks like you've got a bunch of stickers stuck onto one of the ramps over there. I think that's what that is. Some wheat pasting or something. More squelching. Yeah, see, this is the little skate area. It's pretty small. Nothing like the, certainly nothing like the Delaware, not the, fucking, Baltimore one. There's also no shade here, so it doesn't look like it'll be such a great spot to hang out after all. But, especially because there's nobody even here. And, you know, maybe they're not here because of the shade. Maybe those things are related. This is cool. It looks like it was actually originally a piece of railroad track that they turned into like a little fucking, a little grinding rail. That's actually really cool. And then you got some ramps and half pipes and this thing, whatever you call that. And a few little stickers on there. Get gnarly. Yep. Well, that's that, I guess. No reason to stick around here if there's nobody here and nothing, not even any shade here. So, I think next we're going to move on to the, what is it called? The Morris Library, which is part of the University of Delaware. So we're heading back to the University of Delaware campus. We basically made like a big circle. Because we went east, and then south, and then west, and now we're going back north. Well, I guess more of a square than a circle, but you know what I mean. A loop. And, yeah, the plan is to go up there and maybe try to hang out there for a couple hours if I can get in. I mean, you have to sign in, but apparently it's pretty easy for the public to sign in, as long as you don't, you know, look like a complete fucking menace, like a crazy, dangerous homeless person, or you're, you know, you smell aggressively bad or something. So I think even with my heavy backpack, if I just come in and I act chill, they should let me in. And then, you know, I want to just check out the inside. And I heard that you could, like, even sleep there, really, because there's, like, hundreds or thousands of these little, you know, private desk areas for people to study or read at or whatever. And, you can just like sit at one of those and sleep. I might sleep for a couple hours, and I feel like I don't feel as like I need to sleep as badly as I did this morning. I think I did get a little bit of rest here and there in that in the student center, but yeah, I mean, it depends how I'm feeling when I get there, because by the time I get there, it'll still be a bit of a walk to get there, you know, and I might be tired. I might want to at least rest for a little bit. I don't know when they close either. Probably like 8 o'clock or something at the latest. So that's something I have to consider. And yeah, after I'm done there, I feel like pretty much done with everything, almost everything I wanted to see here today. And at that point, then once I'm done there, I'll probably just go and maybe fly a sign on Main Street tonight and try to make some money and maybe make some friends and interesting conversation or whatever, because it's been a while since I did that. I haven't flown a sign since I was in Richmond. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna start making my way towards the Morris Library now. Oh geez, I didn't realize my pants were getting so fucked up. I guess that's from stepping in the mud or something. I probably got mud on my pants somehow. At least these are waterproof hiking pants and it will come off very easily. I could honestly probably like scrub that. It'll come off in 2 seconds, because these like dirt just comes right off these things most of the time. But yeah, I'm just sitting in this parking lot before I leave, because I realized that I've been walking around with that backpack for a few minutes now and I'm kind of tired. It tires me out very quickly. I wish I had my shopping cart, but no, I gotta discard it now. I gotta be normal and blend in again. Who am I kidding? I'm not gonna blend in with this big ass fucking backpack anyway, but gotta look relatively normal at least. Can't bring a shopping cart into a fucking university library, that's for sure. Alright, heading back out now to the Morris Library. For the first time since I left Danville, I just ran out of cigarettes, because I had a carton when I left Danville, and I just officially ran out. So I'll need to pick up another pack and spend even more of my rapidly dwindling money stash, money fund, whatever. I'll have to spend my rapidly dwindling funds on cigarettes, unfortunately. I was hoping to not have to do that, at least until I got back to New York. But smoked very quickly, I guess. And yeah, there's no place on the way to the library where I can even get cigarettes. I need to go all the way back up to Main Street and go back up to the 7-Eleven that I passed before. So that's cool. Guess I'll just not have cigarettes for a few hours, because I'm probably going to go to the library and try to get in and charge my phone for a while, because my phone's at under 50% now. And I want to be as full as possible when the nighttime hits, and all the places where I can reliably charge my phone when they close. I want my phone to be able to make it through the night. So I'm gonna have to sit there for a little bit, like an hour or whatever, and just charge my shit up. And then after I leave there, I guess I'll head back north to 7-Eleven and get more cigarettes and stuff. Oh, what the hell? That gate is closing on me. I guess I'm not allowed to cut through there, even though Maps was telling me to make a right there. That's very strange. I guess I gotta go around this way. Hopefully this will be a cut through. I guess we'll see. Oh wait, never mind, I'm tripping. I thought I was supposed to turn right there. I was supposed to turn left. So this is actually the correct direction. I'm supposed to go all the way into this street and then make a right, and go all the way to that street and then make another left, and then I will be headed towards the university campus again. Alright, here I am on, I believe this is South College Avenue, which is the, as the name suggests, the street that the college is on. So, just gotta walk up here a little bit, and then I will start passing the university facilities. And I'll be able to walk right onto the campus. There it is, University of Delaware. It's the campus we're looking for. I think I'm allowed to cross right here. Doesn't look like the sign here is working because I didn't see the walking symbol, but my yard sale. Oh, and a missing cat. That sucks. Alright. Can I get across here or what? I think I can safely cross now. I think I should be good. Nice. Alright. Onto the campus we go. Huh, nice building over there, whatever that is. I guess that building is called Warner Hall. That's what it says on the map. So I'm gonna trust the map. See, we check this map too. It says we are here. We have to go right up here, past Warner and Robinson Hall. That's Warner Hall, but it doesn't say it there because it's too small. And then we're going here to the Morris Library. What's 32? Oh, 231 South College Avenue. Okay, that doesn't really have a significant name or anything. But yeah, looks like it'll just be a short walk in this direction directly to get to the Morris Library. Exciting stuff. There are definitely quite a few cars here, so I guess this library is definitely not dead, even in the summertime when classes are not in session. I mean, I guess there's still summer classes going on, but you know, for most students, classes are not in session. But they're still going strong, it seems. It's pretty cool. Hope they let me in. Huh. Well, that's already interesting. We haven't even gone in yet. The Hugh M. Morris Library. Let's see. Oh, it feels good in here. The Nest. Oh, I guess they have I guess you can get food in here and stuff. Alright, well, I'm inside now. And it looks like there's a computer over there. Is there a place where you can charge your phone? I guess there's tons of places where you can charge your phone. Because there's outlets all over the place. That's a good thing. I'm not sure what exactly is in here. A lot of empty space, that's for sure. Family study space. I wonder what's downstairs. I wonder if there's any kind of map anywhere that explains where everything is, because I want to check this real quick. Shadow boxer, oil and aerosol on upholstery. Huh. That's kind of cute. It's a nice picture. Yeah, I guess I just gotta explore a little bit and figure out where I can. Well, I know where I can go to charge my phone, obviously, but just gotta figure out where everything is, where you're supposed to go for what, you know? I don't really know what's on each level. A little overwhelmed, to be honest with you. Ah, what's this? Directory. Lower level. Call number, map collection, microphone research, viewing room, viewing and gaming carols, writing center, help center, information room, reading room, administration room, call numbers, PP, instruction room, lactation room. There's a lactation room? Damn, this library's got everything. Nutrient reflection room. I think graduate student carols. I don't really know. Well, I guess I'll go in here and see what's going on. Okay, lots of books over here. That's cool. There's a map collection. Restrooms, group stay room. There's a lot of stuff in here. What's this? Audio cassettes? Huh. Oh, this is just bathrooms and stuff, it looks like. Alright, let me head back. I'm just mainly trying to find a place to charge my phone, but I would like to explore a little bit beforehand and just, I don't know, see if there's anything interesting. And it's a nice library. I always love just being in a library. And, you know, it feels like you can take in the knowledge from all the books. just by being around them through osmosis or something. Microforms. Not even sure what that is. Something to do with a microscope, I assume. Film and video. This is all really neat. And then you've got these little things here. What's back here? I don't think I've been back here yet. More restrooms. Water fountain. I like the water fountains in here. Oh wow. Lots and lots of books. That's cool. Alright, I think right around here should be a good place to try to just sit down and hang out for a bit. Right here in the corner, maybe. Is there outlets here? Oh. There are outlets under this one at least, so this one will have to do. Alright, I charged my phone to full. Got a little bit of rest, and it's been a couple hours. It is about 6 p.m. now, so I think this place actually closed at 7. I said 8 before, but I think it's actually 7. So that means that it is getting ready to close in like an hour, and I could just stay until closing time, but my phone is good now. I'm feeling okay, so I'm ready to head out, because I want to go to the store and get cigarettes, and then I plan on probably spending most of tonight just hanging out on Main Street, flying a sign. Hopefully I can make some money to help with the train ticket tomorrow, plus getting food, today and tomorrow, and I gotta get the cigarettes too, so it's like the expenses are gonna start adding up pretty quickly, especially now that I'm out of the cigarettes that I brought with me. So definitely need to start focusing on trying to make money when I can. So I figure I've got some downtime tonight, so I might as well put it to good use and try to make some money, or at least have some interesting conversations. So that's the plan. Right now I'm just going to head north once I leave here, and I'm going to hit up 7-Eleven, and then I'm going to probably be looking to source some cardboard from behind one of the bars up there on Main Street or something. So let's go. Okay, wait, this is fucking crazy. I didn't even notice this before when I came in, and I've never seen anything like this before. But these shelves, like if you need to get books between these shelves, I guess to save space so they can just like cram as many shelves as possible together, these actually move in an automated fashion. So you can press that button and it'll go across, and then when you're ready for it to stop, you can just stop it and it stops. So you can customize the aisles to your liking. That is one of the coolest fucking library features I have ever seen. Damn, I'm glad I noticed that on my way out. I almost missed it completely. Now, how do I get out of here? That's the question. I think it might actually be this way. It's just like endless shelves of books. It's like the back rooms of libraries. This way, maybe? Are these lockers? Oh, must be this way, I assume. North Central Stairway, okay. That sounds about right. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is the writing center part. Okay, I remember this. Yeah, this is where I came down originally. Right here. Alright, yeah, I remember these stairs. Jeez, man. The lady at the front desk just said, "Have a good one, safe travels." And I said, I made the classic blunder. I said, "Thanks, same to you." And I was like, "Oh, wait, she's not traveling. I mean, you have a good one too." And then I just fucking ran out. That was awkward as hell, dude. Just let it be. Just let it be known, no matter how charismatic you are and how much practice talking to people you have, you're never immune to shit like that happening. Unless you have just like no shame, I guess, but then you're probably not going to be very charismatic. You gotta walk a fine line between being just self-aware enough but not too self-aware. Anyway, we are heading north now towards 7-Eleven. Should be about a 10-minute walk, so let's see you when we get there, I guess. Oh, and I also did some YouTube stuff while I was in that library. I took advantage of the Wi-Fi to fully upload and render upload and process my Baltimore video. So that was the last one that I recorded as of the time of this recording. And yeah, that should be up tomorrow for you guys. Although by the time you're seeing this video, it's gonna have been up days ago probably. So I don't even know why I'm bothering to mention this. Just one of those things that you know I like to do. I mean, I just pretty much narrate everything I do all day. You guys hear about it. You know, that's kind of the nature of these videos. And hopefully it doesn't bore you too much. But I mean, if it did, you probably wouldn't be here right now, right? Well, unless this is like the first video you're seeing and this just randomly got recommended to you or something, in which case, welcome. If you are bored, all my videos aren't this boring, I promise. Go watch the rest of them before making your conclusions about me. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Alright, and we are back at Main Street here. And right here, over here. Man, you can tell just by the way I'm talking that I'm fucking sleep deprived. But yeah, over here is the 7-Eleven that we have been looking for. Yay. This is Grotto Pizza. This is where, wait, do they sell alcohol here? It looks like they do. That's crazy. But anyway, yeah, this area of Main Street, this little like half-mile strip between like right around here and up to like just past the student center over there that we were at this morning. I think it's called the something Deer Tavern or something, the Red Deer Tavern, something like that. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's red, but I think it's something that have to do with a deer and a tavern, Deer Lake Tavern. I don't know, but yeah, that whole stretch of road up here seems to be the spot for, you know, flying signs and stuff. It kind of seems like if you're not there, you're nowhere in terms of making money. So this is going to be the area where we're going to be hanging out tonight. This should be a pretty easy area for sourcing cardboard because there's so many, you know, liquor stores around and stuff. Liquor stores always have the best cardboard because they have these big thick boxes made to hold these heavy glass bottles of alcohol. And yeah, I think it should be a good night. Hopefully. I don't know if we'll make a lot of money, but it should be hopefully for one reason or another a good night at least. Either for money reasons or other reasons. Dude, that guy was just looking at me in a very strange way when he came out. He was like eyeing me down like, what the hell is this guy doing? I don't know what that was about. Anyway, I'm gonna get my fucking smokes and then start figuring out my sign flying strategy, because I'm probably just gonna try to sit out here all night until it gets quiet and make as much money as I can, because it's about time for that. I haven't really worked in that way in like a week or more than a week, so yeah. Alright, now begins the search for cardboard. I just checked back here in this parking lot, that's why I'm coming out of this alley right now, but there didn't seem to be any recycling bins back there, just like regular trash. And we are specifically looking for recycling, but if we head this way, we should definitely find some recycling bins, because this is where the strip of like bars and liquor stores and stuff is. I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know about liquor stores, but I think this is definitely like the bar nightlife area, so at the very least we should be able to get bar trash, which also includes the same types of boxes you can get from liquor stores, because bars are also getting shipments of, bottles of liquor. So it makes sense. Oh, it is called the Deer Park Tavern, by the way. That was the place I was thinking of that had to do with a deer. And in fact, I think in the parking lot behind the Deer Park Tavern, they have like some kind of public recycling bin for like the university, where university students drop off all their recycling there, and then they're also open to the public, so people are expected, people are allowed to go in there and dig around in the trash and get recycling for, if they need cardboard for projects or whatever, they can do that. So I think no one should bat an eye at me if I'm going digging around in those sorts of bins for cardboard, which, I don't really care if people do bat an eye at me anyway. I'm used to it, but it would be interesting to, dig around in the trash and have people think it's just normal for once, Well, I mean, I've definitely been in places where people think it's normal, but not because they don't look down on it, just because it happens so much that they're just like, well, this shit again, But fuck it. We should have the right to dig through the trash as much as we want. One person's trash is another person's treasure. Reduce, reuse, recycle, all that jazz. And we got a throng of people up here. I wonder what they're doing. I think that's the... Oh wow, the sun glare is fucking ridiculous right now. But I think the Deer Park Tavern is right over here. You can't see shit right now because of the sun glare combined with the fucking all the trees in the way. But yeah, this is the Deer Park Tavern, I believe. And I think around here somewhere should be the recycling bins I heard about. Oh, maybe they're back there. There definitely are some kinds of bins back here, so let's go check it out. See if we can find any clean cardboard. Funny, this was not what I was expecting. This might be the wrong parking lot. It might not be in this parking lot. It might be in the parking lot next to this place. Yeah, I don't... I mean... Well, it does look like mostly cardboard. This does look like recycling. The thing is, a lot of it is, there's like stuff dripping. Oh, because it was raining earlier. That makes sense. This is probably regular trash, right? This is not recycling. Yeah, that's regular trash. Okay. I hate touching the fucking trash. Like, it feels sticky even just touching the tops of these things. But, Yep. Just gotta find a good piece of cardboard in here. Something like this or something. See, the problem is some of this looks fucking, some of this looks like it's been rained on a little bit, which is not exactly ideal, but we'll find something here. Alright, there she is. My masterpiece. I actually added the not a fluff thing. No one turned away for lack of funds. That's the first time I'm gonna be using that little addition to it. And I don't know how many people are gonna get it, or if it's gonna make me any more money, but I thought it was a funny little addition. Just, to let people who are in the know that, if you don't have the 99 cents plus tax, you can still get my services free of charge or for as much as you're able to pay. You will not be turned away for lack of funds. I do this because it is my passion, not just for the money. Anyway, I'm gonna, I guess, head to Main Street and just walk around and see if I can find a good spot to just sit and chill, and hopefully this sign won't get me in trouble or anything. This is the strip, by the way, this strip of street I was talking about. The strip of Main Street where it's supposed to be popping tonight and where all the activity's supposed to be concentrated. I'm not seeing much yet. I would expect to see a little bit more this time of night, but I guess probably around 8 or 9 it'll get crazier. Or maybe it won't get crazy at all. Maybe it's just fucking sleepy town right now because the college students are not here yet until later this month or whatever. I don't know. But we shall see. I've never been in like a college town like this on an off season before, so this is a kind of a new experience for me. I'm still kind of figuring out how everything works. It's a little bit after 7, and it looks like the activity's starting to pick up here. Some guy just went by in a car screaming some nonsense. So I think this is going to be my spot for now. And It's for like a closed skateboard shop. Looks like a cool spot. Hopefully it'll work out. We'll see. Alright, I've been having some success so far. One couple came up to me and they thought the sign was funny, I guess, because they gave me $5, and then they went to Insomnia Cookies down there, and they came back with cookies for me, and I was like, oh my god, I wish I could accept them. I'm vegan, I'm sorry. They're like, oh, I have to go get you vegan cookies now. I was like, oh, really? You don't have to do that, it's so kind. So she came back with 2 vegan chocolate chip cookies for me, so that was pretty fucking awesome. It's been a while since I had Insomnia Cookies. And then, dude, I had another funny interaction too, where this guy came by. He was wearing like a physics shirt that it had like a picture of a ball on top of a hill. It said, I have potential. And I was like, you know, like potential energy. I was like, oh, that's a funny shirt, dude. I like that shirt. And he was like, thank you. And then he like, you know, he said like, thank you. And he glanced at me, you know, probably noticed that I had the sign and the cup and everything, but he didn't like know what it said yet. And he looked like he was about to pull money out of his pocket or something, because he like did a double take and like turned around again. And then as he turned around and looked like he was about to pull money out, he looked at the sign and he read it, and then he just like got this like petrified look on his face, and he just fucking walked away. So I guess that was an instance where the sign actually scared someone off who was possibly gonna give me money, which happens sometimes, but I figure it happens at least as often that it encourages someone to give me money. So it's got to balance out in the end. You know, you can't like you can't. I've had times before where people were like, oh, that sign sucks, you're gonna scare people away, you're gonna freak people out, you know, it's gonna deter people. But you know, I never listen to those people, because like everyone's got their own style, you know, and like different things are gonna work for different people, different things are gonna appeal to different people, you know. Not every sign is gonna work for everyone, and that is fine. But the people that my sign does work for, or that my signs work for, they really fucking work for. So that's why I love my signs so much. And yeah, I'm sticking with this one for now, because I think it's pretty funny, and it's already got me some good attention. Even the people who are not giving me money are laughing and stuff. But yeah, $6 so far, and like I don't even think it's been an hour, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, if that. So that's actually not bad. I wasn't sure if I was even expecting that much, but we'll continue and see if things get more interesting and more lucrative as the night progresses. Also, one cop car passed me by, and I was like, my ass clenched a little bit. I was like, all right, are they gonna stop and say something to me? Am I allowed to fly a sign here? But they didn't say shit, so I guess either they didn't notice, or hopefully more likely they just don't care about people flying signs on fucking Main Street. You know, if you're not bothering anybody, you're not aggressively panhandling, you know. Anyway, I'll give you an update soon. Dude, what the hell? Another group of people, another couple brought me more vegan cookies. They apparently went into Insomnia Cookies, and they wanted to get, I guess they're gluten-free. So they tried to get gluten-free and vegan cookies, and then they fucked up their order, and they accidentally gave them cookies that were just vegan but not gluten-free. So they come over to give me the cookies. I don't even think they knew that I was vegan or whatever. They just were going to give them to me because they weren't gluten-free. And I was like, I saw the vegan sticker. I was like, no shit, are those vegan? And they're like, yeah, we wanted gluten-free ones too, but they just gave us vegan. We didn't feel like going back and getting different ones, so we just want to give them to you. And I was like, oh my god, thank you, that's awesome. So now people have given me like 4 fucking vegan Insomnia cookies in the course of like 20 minutes, 15 minutes even. Yeah, I guess it's diabetes time. I guess I'm getting a full fucking 2,000 calories worth of cookies tonight, boys. Oh, and they gave me this oat milk too, which I don't even really drink milk, but I mean, it goes well with cookies, I guess. Maybe I'll try it. Yeah, I don't really fuck with the oat milk so much, but I tried it. Yeah, there's another guy who came by too and really thought the sign was funny. He gave me $1. He was like, I needed that laugh, man. I was like, well, I'm glad I could brighten your day. Oh, yeah, he had passed me earlier, and he was like, oh man, I wish I could, but my ex is my baby mama, so I need to keep her alive. I was like, oh yeah, that complicates things. But yeah, he came back $3, so I made $7 so far, and like a whole fucking meal's worth of cookies. I don't even know how many calories each of those cookies are. Probably like 300. I probably already ate fucking 1,200 calories worth of cookies. Well, 900. I haven't eaten the 4th one yet, but I'm about to for sure, because I, you know, can't let it get cold, right? But I swear, if someone comes out and gives me more vegan Insomnia cookies, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, what? I should have been careful what I wished for, you know? I remember when I used to eat fucking Insomnia cookies almost every day. I was just like obsessed with them back when I lived in Penn Station. Good times. Well, you know, it was kind of rough times too for other reasons, mainly drug-related reasons. But luckily that's behind us now. The only drugs we do are weed, cigarettes, sometimes alcohol, sometimes every other drug. But listen, we're not addicted to any drugs anymore, well, besides this weed and cigarette. But no hard drugs, okay? That's the important part. But I am still addicted to love. This is the most powerful drug of all. So, ain't that a bitch. Anyway, I digress. It does go to show, though, like, it's funny, I didn't even try to sit in front of Insomnia Cookies to get cookies or whatever. But Insomnia Cookies is just, like, you know, just right down there. Like, a few doors down. And this is, like, a tried and true strategy that, like, if you are trying to get food, just sit in front of a food place. And people will generally bring you food from that food place. Yeah, because that's just how, especially at night when you're drunk, you know, college students and drunk rich people and drunk bar hoppers and shit, they just like, they'll just buy shit and like they'll buy a whole pizza or something, they'll eat like a couple pieces and they just won't even want to take it home with them. So they'll just like want to throw it out, and if they see like a homeless dude sitting on the sidewalk or whatever, they'll often rather just, you know, give it to him than actually throw it out and let it go to waste. So, yeah, this, like, places like this, I mean, I'm in front of a fucking skateboard shop. I didn't even sit in front of a food place, but there are food places along here. So places like this where there's a bunch of food places around and a bunch of people coming out to eat and stuff, good places to get leftovers if that's your thing. I usually don't go for leftovers. I just go for money, because most people's leftovers I don't eat anyway, because most people are not vegan and most of their leftovers end up having meat or animal products in them, and I don't really like to eat that stuff. But dude, these ants just fell in my money cup. These ants are so fucking thirsty for me right now. I don't know why. There's ants crawling all over my shit. There's fucking like eye gnats flying all over my eyes. The bugs are just relentless tonight for some reason. I didn't think they'd be this bad in fucking in Newark, Delaware of all places. You know, we're in like a pretty urban spot in fucking Delaware, and the bugs are acting like they think they're in the South or something. It's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, as I was saying, food places, you know, sit in front if you want to get the food. Simple as that. I mean, it's very, very intuitive. Not hard to fathom why it works like that. But anyway, yeah, I'm going for money, so I'm hoping I get the rich drunk people coming out soon to come and just throw $100 bills at me, you know, or at least some fives. All right, I'm done at that spot now. It's pretty much quieted down here. It's getting close to 11. I'm actually gonna walk over about 6 minutes down the street to the Deer Park Tavern. I'm gonna try to fly a sign in that area some more and see if I can catch the drunk crowd. That place closes at 1 tonight, so you know, at 1 I'm expecting anybody who's there will be spilled out onto the street, and maybe I'll be able to scrape up a few extra bucks. But I made like $35 today, so that's not bad. And you know, plus those insomnia cookies they gave me. And one guy went to CVS and bought me water and granola bars. I couldn't eat the granola bars, they weren't vegan, and I had enough water too, but I gave the water and the granola bars away to another homeless lady that I saw sleeping across the street after I was done flying myself. She was there like all day sitting in front of Dunkin' Donuts. I guess she's like a local here, and the Dunkin' Donuts just kind of lets her sit there because she's chill, and all she does is just kind of sit there all day. She doesn't like bother anybody or anything, and she seems to be friendly friendly terms with not just the Dunkin' Donuts people, but the other like store owners. I saw one of the people across the street talking to her at one point too. One of the guys that works at one of the food places across the street. So she was sitting there all day across the street watching me fly my sign and stuff. I felt bad kind of making all this money and food in front of her, and she was just kind of sitting there. So I went and left that extra water and granola bars that I had from that guy next to her while she was sleeping. Hope she enjoys it or gives it to someone else who enjoys it or whatever. And other than that, yeah, I had a couple other funny interactions. There were these kids, it's like these teenagers that came up to me and were, you know, excited about my sign and conversing about it and stuff. And they're like, one of the girls was like, she saw the hands off of my backpack. She's like, what if I touch it? And she like acts like she's gonna go touch it. She like kind of puts her hand out, and I'm just like, I wouldn't recommend it. And a friend's like, no, don't. And they asked me where I came from. So I told them I just got into town yesterday. And I told them I just came from Baltimore. And like their eyes widened like they had just seen a fucking ghost, dude. I was like, huh, I wonder what that's about. But anyway. Oh, and there was also this couple. They were really cool. That they kept passing me with like with a child, and they kept passing me. That was a weird way of wording that. There was a couple with a child that kept passing me, and they passed me like 4 times, and they kept like smiling at me, and I was smiling back at them. I was like, it feels like these people want to give me money. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like they're gonna think in their head, man, this person seems really friendly. They got a really friendly smile. Let's give them some money. And sure enough, the 4th time they came past, they brought a $10 bill. They gave it to their kid to give to me. So that was very sweet of them. So overall, lots of cool people helping me out today. Not one negative interaction with cops or anything. The cops drove by several times. They didn't seem to give a shit. And yeah. So now this street seems very quiet. I imagine it's a little more popping during like the school season when it's not the beginning of August and stuff. And also probably on weekend nights. Right now it's a Monday night and it's the beginning of August, so it's like worst of all worlds. But even then, 35 for those circumstances, in a few hours, that's not too bad. It's not New York, but it's nothing to scoff at. But yeah, we're gonna go see how much activity is left over from the stragglers at the tavern over here, the Deer Park Tavern, and yeah, we'll see if there's any money to be made there, or if that place is just kind of dead. I imagine it's like it's one of the last 2 places that are like left open and still serving alcohol until 1 a.m. or at least last call is probably at 12:30, but open until 1 a.m. serving alcohol until 12:30. There's only like a couple places in town like that. It's not a very big town with a lot of places that people go to, so I expect that almost everyone should be here, I would hope. Oh wait, we're here already, and I don't see anyone. Not even on the patios or anything. Is anybody even out there? There might be like a couple people, but there is like no activity here. Here, let me I'll walk across the street and kind of go around a little bit and inspect, but yeah, it really looks dead for a place that is one of the last 2 places in town still open and serving alcohol. Because people just don't like to drink in this town. It's definitely not a southern town. People love to drink in the south because I guess a lot of places down there, they got nothing better to do. I'm just playing. I'm sure there's plenty of fun stuff to do in the south. Now, if only I could find it. Come to think of it, though, I just realized that Delaware is actually considered the South, I think, officially on like the U.S. Census, like in terms of the U.S. region breakup. I think Delaware is considered the South, which is a little interesting. Okay, I just walked through the whole, right through the middle of the University of Delaware campus, basically, because that's what this road does. This main street cuts right through the campus, and I didn't really see a soul. I saw like 1 or 2 people walking, I guess, single people. See, this is the parking garage right here that I'm going to try to camp at tonight. But I'm not going to go in there yet because I think it's a little early for that. But man, I was hoping there would be some activity at least until like 1 or something. But man, I feel like I would have been better off staying at 7-Eleven. There's like nobody here. It was kind of crazy. See, I'm worried about causing too much of a ruckus on the campus because like, if I fly my sign here, anywhere like even at the edge of the campus, I feel like it's more likely that the campus police will notice me, and if they notice me, then they'll be like, oh, okay, this is what this guy's doing, we'll keep an eye on him, because they don't want any visible homelessness on their beautiful gentrified campus, so I gotta be careful about that if I want to stay under the radar when I try to sleep at this parking garage tonight. But at the end of the day, if I do get woken up and I don't make it, like, they're probably just gonna tell me to move on. They're not gonna fucking arrest me or anything crazy like that. for a first offense, you know, in a town like this. And so if that happens, then whatever, it's only one night. I'm leaving for Philly tomorrow morning. The last morning train, the last morning SEPTA train leaves at 9:30, so I'm gonna have to get to the train station by like 9. Ideally, I'll probably want to wake up at like 5:30 at the parking garage by like 5:30, 6, and then get out of there and head to the train station. So yeah, I just don't want to miss that 9:30 train, because if I do, the next train doesn't leave until like 3. It's the you know, basically they have some in the morning and some in the afternoon for like commuters, but that's about it when it comes to the trains that go all the way out to Newark. There's not as much service as the trains that just go to Wilmington, so yeah. I don't know if I should just like try to sit somewhere on the campus. I don't know, maybe I'll go back to 7-Eleven. Yeah, I guess I'll go back to like 7-Eleven for now. I'll just hang out outside there, to be honest, because I still feel like it's too early to try to sleep yet. I don't feel comfortable with that, even though I could sleep now. I mean, it's, you know, it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock. So if I sleep until, you know, 5:30, then that's like 7 hours of sleep, you know. That's a decent amount, but not like a crazy amount, you know. So, and especially since I haven't been sleeping much lately, I need to kind of catch up on sleep. 7 hours is not crazy, but I still feel like, I don't know, awkward going into that parking garage. It doesn't feel late enough. I feel like I want to wait till after midnight for some reason. So I'll just go back to the 7-Eleven real quick, hang out outside there, see if there's any late night stragglers coming there, because I mean, I think that store is open 24 hours. Most 7-Elevens are, or maybe not most, but a lot of them are. And this is like right next to a college campus, so I imagine a lot of college kids need to go grab shit from 7-Eleven in the middle of the night, you know. So I should have just stayed at that spot. I was like, man, it sucks here. I need to go to a more poppin' spot. You know, that was the most poppin' spot in town. That's kind of crazy. But hey, live and learn, you know. That's part of the fun of these little adventures in new cities, you know. Like, it's just, oftentimes it's different than what you would expect. And sometimes that presents new challenges, but also new, exciting surprises. Alright, I had a pretty good night. Didn't make too much more money, I don't think, since I last updated you, but it was okay. I had fun. And I'm at the parking garage now, so this is where I'm going to try to sleep in a few minutes here. Just kind of scoping it out right now, looking to see if there's any activity, but it doesn't look like it. And it is past 1 a.m., so I wouldn't think there would be much activity right now. I'm only trying to sleep for like 4 hours, because I'm trying to get up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, you know. So hopefully I should be able to get away with that. We'll see. Oh, one other interesting thing I saw while I was sitting there outside the 7-Eleven for the last couple hours, or the last like hour and a half, however long it was. There was one person that came by, and they had a shopping cart, but they had too much stuff to fit in the shopping cart, I guess, because they were pushing the shopping cart, but they would like push it a block, or like half a block, or like 3/4 of a block at a time, and then they would go back and they would grab this like box of stuff that they had put down beside it, and they would bring that up to where the shopping cart was, and then they would push the shopping cart again, and then go back for the box and bring that, and they were just doing that like methodically down the street. And at first I saw them coming down the street, and they were like talking to themselves, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be a crazy person. But then like they weren't talking to themselves too much, and then they just started doing that, and I was like, well, I guess they can't be that crazy, because they got a whole system for moving their stuff along the street. So that was kind of interesting to see. Alright, well, here I am on the 3rd floor of the parking garage, last floor before the roof, and I didn't see anyone parked on this floor at all. I don't see why anybody would be coming here. I don't see any cameras or anything, I don't think, so I think I'm good. But let's go to sleep and hope for the best, I guess. Got a general manifest this time. Yesterday we had a A very surprisingly short intermodal. And now we got this manifest train with a whole bunch of random cars linked together. Wonder where this one's going. The trees are mostly blocking our view from that angle, but at least we get a perfect front row seat right here. Oh. I'm tired as hell, yeah. Just woke up. It's funny because yesterday I was talking about how, oh wow, this one's so short. You know, the last one took like 4 minutes to pass. Well, there's our one that takes minutes to pass. It took 3 minutes, not 4. So even this one was like way shorter than the other one, because those intermodals that took 4 minutes to pass in Danville, those were going a lot faster, and also took a lot longer to pass. So obviously this one was even shorter than those, but longer than the one we saw yesterday. So cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm awake now. It's morning. I made it through the night. No cop activity, no cars come up here or anything. It seemed pretty chill, especially around this time of year. Your mileage may vary if you come during a different time of year, I guess. Or maybe I just got lucky. Maybe even at this time of year, you'll usually get fucked for trying to do this. But it was pretty peaceful. And I'm about to head out to the train station soon so I can get the SEPTA train to Philadelphia. Alright, I'm gonna try to get to the bus stop here because the bus currently comes in like 3 minutes, and I think if I catch this bus I should be able to make it to the train station just in time, like with 5 minutes to spare to catch this next train to Philly. If I miss this one, then I'll have to wait like an hour for the next one, I think. So hopefully this works out and I can catch this one. Hopefully the timelines line up and everything, or the schedule, the bus and the train schedule. We shall see. All right, just got off the bus. Just got dropped off here at the train station, and I think the train comes in like 8 or 9 minutes. So I think I should have plenty of time to make it and to get the heck out of here. And I think it'll be about a 40-minute train ride or something. I could be wrong on that. I don't know where I'm pulling that number from exactly. I just had that number in my mind somewhere, so I could have made it up. Or I could actually be getting it from somewhere. Who knows? Maybe it's divine revelation. But either way, I think I should be in Philly easily by 8 o'clock, because it's not even 7 yet. It's definitely not going to be like an hour. So, yeah. Looking forward to that. I think this has been a long episode. This might be my longest one yet, to be honest. It's just kind of funny because Delaware, of all places, I never would have expected it to be so interesting. But, I had a hell of an adventure here. That's how it goes when you're traveling, I guess. Sometimes those things you expect to be the least interesting end up just throwing curveballs at you. But anyway, I had a lot of fun here in Delaware, especially here in Newark. Once I got to the downtown, the University of Delaware part, the Travel Plaza was kind of hell on earth, but that was fun in its own way too. Unfortunately, there was no tunnel though, so what was the idea? But anyway, I'm gonna end off the video here. It's been long enough. In the next video, we're gonna be going to Philly. I don't know if I'll start on the train or in Philly or what. Probably maybe on the train, but I'm tired. At least I got some sleep last night, but it's been a long few days. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. I'm glad you came and decided to watch this one. I hope it was interesting to you. I hope it was as fun for you as it was for me. And that's not a set the train up there, is it? It might be. Hopefully it doesn't pull out early or anything. Anyway, Patreon, coffee, those links are in the description if you want to support me there. Give me $1 per month or whatever. Get a special role in my Discord server, etc. My Discord link, speaking of which, is also in the description, so you can join my server if you want. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notifications. Do all those things if you feel so inclined. And that's it. I've been Steven, as always. See you next time.